Year. How is everybody? Put that banner on. Happy New Year to everybody. Hey, brown skin. What you was doing here at 1 o'clock? Hey, drop the mic. If y'all missed Drop the Mic's premiere of her read on Wanda and the Petty Betty, please go check it out. Yeah, she kind of gathered them. And you don't want to miss out on it. And yeah. Yeah, she got them together. Okay. Okay. If the chat on subscriber mode, hey Sasha. Hey Esther. Hey Slick. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, y'all. Hey Mika. Hey Cricket. Hey Constance. Hey Sylvia. Hey Angie. Happy New Year. Hey Miss Linda. Happy New Year. Hey Travel Easter. Are you a travel agent, Travel Easter? Hey Regina. Hey LaDon. Was it good? Hey Sharon. I don't know. A couple people been telling me that too. Don't tell me I done made it to YouTube hating on my little notifications. Let me quit. Yesterday I'm comparing myself to Carlos King. Today I done think I done made it. Are you following me on Instagram, Travelista? Follow me on Instagram so I can follow you back. Because I told y'all I was thinking about doing a membership this year, 2023. And let me get this come on Momo. Sorry, I know. I was thinking of starting my membership this year, and I wanted to do like a book club in there, and then I also wanted to do like a travel club. So that we can have, the subbies and stuff like that want to travel, we could do the travel club. You could set up our stuff, and we can go from there. So yeah, just let me shoot me a DM if you're on Instagram. It's just Wednesday Talk. Miss Linda. Thank you. Laughing at her, not with her. Half of the stage was laughing at her. And I don't know even why Kimmy was like, and she got a straight face. Kimmy, that shit wasn't funny. None of that was funny. It wasn't funny because Tisha, you're dumb. Like you're the puppet. I guess it landed to some people that's puppies as well. But ain't that the my kettle calling the pot kettle calling the my kettle black? Child. Carlos don't even come close to you. That's right, Slick. Let me pump myself up. Y'all heard her. Hey, S&G 77779311. Okay, thank you. So that when we get ready to do our little thing, we could, to make the money. I hope y'all to be interested in doing something like that. Wouldn't that be nice if we had like a kind of like a YouTube travel club or stuff like that? And we pick destinations and we, go. It could be like a meet and greet and stuff to some of your favorite YouTubers. Ones that's not to be confused with Carlos King. Hey, Keisha. Hey, say Happy New Year. Kimmy and Tisha left there looking a fool. Martell said a lot without saying a lot. I would have went upside. Right. And she just do anything they do anything to keep somebody from talking. Carlos was still trying to ask questions while Tisha had them puppets, and she was just acting like that. Did you come out here to ruin Tisha's marriage? Yes. Did it happen before 2018? Yes. Tisha, how much did you spend on them damn puppets? Well, again, we already know she probably only had to buy the one. Because that one, a male, I'm convinced she got that one from under Marceau's pillow. I already told y'all in the review. She ain't have to spend nothing on that one. Marceau made that one up. And I bet right now that puppy got that reunion dress on. Hey, Tawana, aka not to be confused with legs, hips, and breasts. Hey, Gina, Happy New Year. How you doing? You already know Slick the one. Yeah, she did that to display. What nobody thinking about her? Come, I can't do this. Y'all can have this. You want to be male puppy? Shit, the girl ain't even saying nothing yet. That's how you know they be full of it, because only thing Kiki is saying is that she heard rumors before. Why are you upset that somebody said your husband was cheating before? Like, what is the problem? What is the problem? Messy Wanda on interview. Y'all, I got a piece of it from Drop the Mic video she just did. I gotta watch it. And Drop the Mic also said that Carlos thing was good too last night. So I might have to watch that and do a little piece on it. But your girl is tired. Tisha is right. Just ignorant. Hey, M. Victoria. Child of God. Happy New Year to you. Y'all and I went to church today, so y'all see I ain't gonna be cussing a lot. How long did it take for Tisha to come up? Marcel probably did that. That's what Kiki said. Oh, she got a twin. And did y'all see old Maurice laughing like a hyena? I was about to cuss y'all. Laughing like a hyena at nothing that was funny. That laugh was so fake. I just was like, that's what made it not funny too. Because he wasn't laughing like that when Mel called him Martin Luther King Jr. Did y'all see hear how Carlos said that? Talk about not Martin Luther King Jr. I was like, Carlos, you know you have to say it. Thank you, drop the mic. This. It landed with slow people. Nobody else. What nobody else thinking about it? Hey, brown skin. No problem at all. It's sisters reunited. What was the lesson today at church? It's set free in 2023. We out here. Okay. Teacher show last night. Her college degrees are from the internet college equivalent to a high school diploma or a GED at this point. It was a mess. Okay, y'all saying hi to each other. I don't know what teacher was thinking. Why didn't Marcel stop her? He probably came up with that. If Kiki don't have nothing to say, what is y'all so up in arms about? Let her say it. What is the problems? Why they gotta talk in circles? And why did Wanda, like they was threatening her? Tell the truth. Just like Tisha did when they called Kiki at Galentine. And she wanted Kiki to know that she was there. She was like, tell the truth. And Kiki was like, why wouldn't I? What the? I couldn't. I'm not. Oh. Okay. I mean, I think it's a nice idea. Because, people be wanting to meet up too. And, we be wanting to travel. I know I do. Okay. The interview was good though with Carlos last night. Who did Carlos interview? Angie. I thought he was just him and that guy was just gonna be on there talking. He interviewed somebody. Hey, Paulette. Y'all, Paulette's so messy. Happy New Year, Paulette. I love you. You're so funny. Hey, Soul Star. Happy New Year. Everybody said Happy New Year. The puppy look. Her when she had, remember she had that blind wig on? It looked like her and Kimmy, actually. That's the gag. It wasn't a good idea, Tisha. The cricket ain't got nothing to say but laughs. Not voodoo dolls. Y'all are so messy. Teacher bring it in. Try for back. Yeah, I don't know what. Hey, Jeanette, she wanted to try to deflect from the questions that Kiki was going to ask. And somebody said that she brought puppets, so I just can't believe Maurice was calling himself laughing like that. And then the whole thing is too that when Tisha was calling herself trying to read Kiki and say stuff about Kiki, and she fell back in her chair like, ah. And Marcel was like, don't do that. She was like, I said, not who the damn puppet. Are you kidding me? Just sit that puppet right there and you can take your ass backstage. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if it's on subscriber only. You sound just like Tisha. Right. Sounded like a damn fool. Are you trying to ruin Tisha's marriage? Yes. Like, Tisha, you ain't had nothing else to say. Just pitiful. Hey, Tawana. Did you watch Outside Moments last night? It was the person he had on there had been good for him. You about the cast, he said the cast, the mothers and the others, which is just Cupid. I gotta watch this thing. We gonna talk about that. We gonna have to talk about it because I need to watch it. I ain't have time today. Y'all know your girl was busy yesterday. Did 3 videos and a live yesterday. Y'all see me around here looking like a dope thing? Like Stormy's mama? Allegedly. Let me quit before I really be one. What do y'all think the Tisha? What do y'all think this secret is with Marcel and Tisha and this cheating? Because what I really think is either it's a man, it's somebody in Tisha's family, but what I really think it is, and this is just a thought, because it somehow involves Kiki. I think that when she had her addiction issue, I think Marcel tricked with her. What do y'all think? I think that's what it is. I think that he knew she was out there or whatever, and that she was down bad. And I think that he tricked with her. That's what they are. You know, she got the pins in there, everything. She probably take it from Marcel, probably have to pull all type of pins out of that dial at night before he go to bed. Thanks to Tisha. Yeah, look. Like, girl, you're stupid. Everybody did. It didn't land. Like, if it was funny, I would have said it was funny, but it didn't because we know her. Like, Tawana, tell the people. I don't think he went to Africa. I do not think he went to Africa. And that's why they keep saying he can go to Africa with nobody. Yeah, because he wasn't there. He don't act like a person that went to Africa. Where are the souvenirs at? And I'm sorry. I don't know no husband, no wife that's going to let her husband go out to Africa by himself and then just spring it on you. Boy, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere, you better. Because TSA would be all over my ass if he thought he was about to go behind to some gates. Okay? If 2 tickets wasn't bought. Tisha is Marcel and Wanda's puppet. Yeah. Remember Wanda said that? Marcel owned 50% of her and she got the other 50? But you want to come on here and call somebody else a puppet? Baby. You unveil my thoughts from the beginning. Kiki is not to be trusted. trying to think. I see. I'm kind of having the same thing about Kiki that I did with, not with the same thing, like in the same way with Stormy, because to me, Kiki does come across as genuine, and to me, she admits her mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, she be admitting her stuff. She could very well lie and be like, no, you know, and she's very detailed to me to be lying. So even if she was telling people the stuff back and forth, I kind of believe when she said, I'm trying to be transparent so they both know that, like, I'm not on no mess with them. Like, I'm cool with you, Melody. Tisha is my cousin. I'm cool with Melody. So Tisha, this is what it is. This is what we talked about. Like, it's nothing. Like, it is what it is. I don't think that Mel had some person at the court in Huntsville look up Marcel's records. I think that, I mean, Tisha and Marcel's criminal records, because those records weren't from in Huntsville. They were from the Carolinas and Georgia. I think that Mel may have had somebody look up to see who was in the car with Marcel, like the police report, to see if somebody was in the car with him when he had that accident. And but my whole thing is, that's the same thing Tisha and Wanda was asking. We never got that info. Y'all like the video. Oh, I ain't even cut my other laptop on to see what y'all up to. Hey, Reasons and Why. Oh, I ain't say hi to Miss B. Hey, Miss B. Yeah, that's why I was just like, okay, this they all came up with this, and it was a flop. Oh, can y'all hear me fine? Let me check the mic. See, I don't know why this thing turns down sometime. It just turns down sporadically, like on its own. Oops. Can y'all hear me better now? I don't remember nobody putting a one in the chat and saying this chat was on subscriber only. I'm about to see on my own. Let me like the video. Okay, yeah, y'all think y'all slick. Okay, yeah, y'all think y'all slick. Okay, yeah, y'all think y'all slick. Okay. Okay, who had to unsubscribe and resubscribe? The Martin Luther King Jr. was hilarious. Hey, Pamela. Happy New Year. Hey, Jeanette. Again, they trying to drag our girl. Grandma, we just need to swear. Who trying to drag who? Drop the mic. Y'all, I'm way behind. Let me. Right, we need that. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm so excited seeing Melanie's dress. Oh, Martin. Was that a type where you calling him a gal? In that dress, just grinning, saying Hope, Melanie Hope. After that, look, it was a guy that I'm right. Right. You was just on the phone with what Sheree say? He was fine, funny, and a great father and a perfect gentleman. At the mention of Hope, Mel should have went over there and barfed all over him. Don't you ever. And one thing I said, she had her name as Melody X. Not to be confused with Melody Cherie. Miss B, you know they find any stupid thing to try to drag that girl off. I see. Stormy, why are you associated? Stormy trying to get on. I don't know why. She looked like one. Did y'all see her when she came in there looking like a dragonfly? When she came in that door, I thought she was going to fall. Looking like Michael Jackson and Thriller. I said, Wanda, you ought to be a damn shame of yourself. Hey, Mokamima. Hey, Constance. Now people will see that a thief has been lying about it. Yeah, you just said nobody showed you pictures and stuff like that. What are you talking about since the show started? Because if you found a picture in his phone, that's the pic. And the pic was in his phone, so God ain't have to drop it in your lap. Like God work at Olin Mills or something. Tisha is a fool on the Love and Marriage Hospital page. Under the clip. They can kiss out. It's because that part was funny. That Martin Luther King was funny because he do. Because they always trying to sound smart and they not. Right. Tell the truth mean tell what we done said. What we told you to say. Hey, Diane. Right. Hold. I would have drop kicked him. Apollo 5 was there. See, Keisha, that's the whole thing is that that's how I feel. Like people should ride for their family. But it goes all around. And Wanda and Tisha don't give me that they will ride for Kiki in the same way. They've already shown that they have not rode for her in the same way. Even the way that Wanda talk about Kiki, you want her to have this undying loyalty toward your daughter, but y'all don't have the same thing toward her. You talk about her like she not your niece. like she's not your family. Tisha, you talk about her like she's not your cousin. Just in the same instance where you're talking about she's being a puppet, you start running off her business too in front of everybody too. So I'm not getting that. And then I'm not getting why she couldn't say that you heard rumors about your husband before. It didn't mean that they were true. So what is the problem with her saying that? You know what I'm saying? What's the problem with her saying that? Like I'll say that 1,000 times. I don't feel like she should have said anything. But what she said, I don't feel like it was that harmful. Like, I don't think it was that bad or nothing. And then for Tisha to act like it was the end of the world, what are y'all getting so upset with this girl? Even at the potato place, the whole family cornered Marceau and Tisha and was talking to Marceau. You got too many women. You doing this. You doing that. And it was all funny until Kiki got there. So that's why I said it got to be something with Kiki. It has to be something with Kiki because it's too much animosity and stuff like that. Like I said, I would feel the same way about family. Like, don't go against me telling my business to nobody or whatever the case may be. But actually, they initiated that. It was no reason for them to tell the host her business, especially something like that. You know that is embarrassing. That mess is embarrassing to tell somebody, and you know she was ashamed. And then for y'all to run it back as a joke, or put your stuff up and all that type of stuff. And we know them. We know they did that. We know they was joking about it. And Tisha, you sat there and watched him, let him joke about your cousin situation like that. But this your cousin and you trying to get with someone to help ruin my marriage. But you told those same people this stuff about your cousin that was so sensitive. So which one is it? Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't expect me to do something that you don't do. And that's what Mel was hitting at last night with Maurice talking out about her and Kimmy. Mofo, it's no reason for you to have commented. They asking about Mel and Kimmy. It's not your business to respond to that. Let Kimmy talk about her friendship, non-friendship with Mel. And Kimmy, you keep on. We're gonna see how many damn who's your bestie or not. Tisha stuck on season. Yeah, Tisha stuck on nothing. She stuck on stupid. I'm sick of her. Right. Y'all had them at the house watching the kids. Was he? That guy that he had that he was supposed to be. Did he have a who was they interviewing, or was they just talking? Who is he? Yeah, Kiki told the truth. People don't listen. They hear what they want to hear with their own interpretation. That's right. Like, I think people are stuck on that's her family. That's her family. She going against her family. But look at her damn family. Like, look at the family. Look at the family. They not acting like family to her either. Even to this day, they're talking about her like whatever. And she studied trying to make amends and be cool and this and that. Man, Kiki, you better get your head out the damn sand. They don't give a damn about her. And they'll do something to you like you somebody on the street. Right, her and Kimmy. Right. Tisha, you can keep them puppets. Yes, Martell wants no part of Apollo. Yeah, because Apollo looked better than him. Trouble Issa, you think so? I think those wings she had on the little shoulder pads, that was inappropriate and downright illegal. But the other part, I think she was serving body. She was trying because she got to have the surgery and stuff like that. So I think she was, trying to get her little sexy on. But them wings was not it. She should have cut them. Marie should have cut them off. Carlos should have cut them off. I thought Kimmy dress was cute, except those wings, especially since we've seen it standing up. She was giving body. Maurice is an idiot, a plumb fool, him and his brothers. Hey, Raquel. Yes, you caught a live. Hey, Happy New Year. Not interview that guy on his channel. He was explaining exactly how Mel has evolved and the others are stuck. Y'all, I gotta watch this. Well, he might not be a Melanie. He might have just been speaking the truth. People, whenever you got something and you agree with Melanie or something like that, people say you're a millimeter. Martell went over Apollo and Apollo brushed him off. I'm surprised he didn't try to get upset like he did Uncle Sam. But he wants to say he supports Mel. Martin Luther King is angry. MLK Jr. Maurice is a clown. Plain and simple. End of discussion. And y'all, what did Tisha look like? I wish she would have had I don't know if the person, maybe they straightened her hair too much. And when you straighten your hair, if you do it and the heat is too high and you do it too straight, it won't curl. I don't think she needed a lot of curls. I just wanted some real big barrel curls in that. That hair was pretty, but I wanted her to have some deeper curls in there. Y'all know what I mean? Some of them loose kind of curls like Portia have in there. But, some just a couple of big ones, the boom. But it looked like they may have over straightened it and it wouldn't curl like they thought it would. Okay. Okay, look at y'all with the little ones. I'm just that far behind, huh? Yeah, he do. Hey, Felicia. He was like, don't do that. She was like, but I'm glad that Carlos was holding people accountable and asking follow-ups. What did y'all think about when Micah Scott commented that the puppets was the clap of 2023? It wasn't even in 23. You mean she has the clap? The fuck? Micah, shut up. Grimace. Huggy bear looking ass. Don't start, Micah, because that wasn't funny either. Talk about the clap. Who talks like that? I wish a man would come in my face talking about a clap back. The clap of 2000. He'll leave out of here with one of my skirts on. I'll tell you that right now. Don't come in my face talking like no lady. And you think you about to stay up in here and look in my face like a man? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. A clap. Y'all, I don't want to get upset about these cuss today. I'm so tired. Hey, dog twin. Yeah, it didn't make sense. It didn't make any sense. They were not even, they didn't make sense. Mel says she's been on. Right. It's like, they were laughing. Like I said, they were laughing at her. Them puppets didn't make no sense. What about the apartment thing? Why Martell wouldn't answer until Maurice said the little slick stuff. Him and Kimmy said the little stuff. You see how they ping off each other? Hey, Kathy Cruel. Hey, Tia. Yeah. You talking all this crap, but when somebody say something about you, it's, oh no, well, what do you mean? That's what you trying to do to me. Like her and Marceau had the nerve to say that Mel and Martell was trying to do to them what happened with them. So do y'all think, okay, Maurice and the parties at Credit One. So Kimmy talking about let's keep it a buck. So I guess she was saying that when her office was above Credit One, that her and Maurice was not together. Like she just knew them. And that they didn't used to have parties. So Marceau talking, jumping in, but let's just make it be clear that I was the least one there. She was like, you were there though. And so Carlos like, so it was women, it wasn't women there. She was like, I mean, sometimes, not all the time, or some, she said. So that means it was women there. So the times that they were there, just the guys, what were they doing with each other? It's something with these guys. And one of my friends said that, like, she don't even watch the show. She just watch, me talk about it or whatever. She says funny or whatever. So she had watched the clip I had put on something, and she said that guy, he seemed like he gay. Guess what she was talking about? Y'all so messy. She know. Hey, Andrea. Y'all put in the chat who she said looks like he's gay. Seems like he's gay. Right. Yep. I wonder why. What's the secret? If your wife knowing she fine with it, what's wrong? She already looked like a fool. Can't nothing make it worse. Unless it was Kiki. Hey, Marsha. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Olivia. I mean, like I just said, it was a narrative. It's what I think. I didn't say it was true or not. And we don't know if it's false because it's just my thoughts. Thank you, Sharon, for the the cash app. We got money. Thank you. Yeah, Constance, it's just a thought. It's just a thought. That's the only thing that could make sense to me. What you think it is, Constance? Let me know. I'm gonna have to watch it. Ooh, I don't know when I'm gonna watch it. I'm tired. Right. He probably was drunk. She was high. I don't know. I hope that wasn't it. But if she was in that state, who knows? And I wouldn't even fault her. I would fault Marceau. Well, if he was drunk too, who knows? I don't know, but I can't think of nothing else. And then he came out and said that wasn't it. That wasn't the secret that they told. Yeah, anything is possible. He do too. He do. He keep a drink in his hand. But I want to know who he is, Angie. Like, who is he? Like, is he a YouTuber? Like, is he a fashion person? I wonder, was it one of Kiki's sisters? Or did he try to talk to Kiki's sisters? Y'all like the video? Only 144 likes and 325 in the chat. I mean, yeah. Come on, y'all. Get it together. I think it's some perverted stuff and all the men were involved. That's why they're yeah. And that's another thing. When Martell said that, when he said it's something with the three of us that we will never, I wouldn't tell it. I'm not gonna tell it. You're not gonna tell what? If there's no cheating, what are you not going to tell? It was with each other. It's weird. Constance is fine. Everything is not fair. Like I said, I hope that's not it, but it's a possibility. I want to know like what it is. Like I want to know what it is, and since they won't say what it is, that's we gotta be left with what we think, right? I'm not trying to put like false stuff out on her. That's why I made sure to say like this is just what I think it may be, like just something that one of the thoughts in my head, and I came up with three thoughts. I don't think so. I think he might have caught her in a moment. I think he might have caught her in a moment. I don't know. They are snakes. I think they would prey on something like that. No, I gotta look at it, Olivia. Tell them, Greta. Hey, God, no lies. Did y'all see one? I gotta watch that too. I seen a couple of snippets on Drop the Mic channel though. Gloria, hey Gloria, hey Gloria Matthews, And Happy New Year to you from Lakewood, Ohio. Not to be confused with Dayton. No photos. Hey, Austin. Hey, Austin. I say, you spent all the money on the trip. He ain't had no money to go on the trip. Why would you go on a trip if you got a damn lawsuit pending? You stressed out about money and all this, but you go to Africa, you better go to the nearest little hotel and the spa and have a few days up there. You ain't going to no Africa. And again, I think they asked Wanda again on her thing last night that I seen on Drop the Mic channel. And some person was like, did he go for 3 days or a month? She said she talked to Tisha, and Tisha said a week and a half. You're not going to Africa in no week and a half either. People usually go to Africa, they usually go for at least 2 weeks. Right, because that little one he showed with the field behind him, that could be right there in Alabama. Giraffes or anything, pictures at the airport, something. This what I think too. Right. No dashikis or nothing. He lying. He got a YouTube channel moving forward. Hey, he got a YouTube channel now. Carlos the King. It could be, it's something. I don't want it to be that Constance though. Like I seriously don't want it to be that. But it's I think it's a logical thought. I just said that shit. See that, Paulette? You be stealing my thoughts and put them on the screen. Hey, Sean. You know what? I gotta inbox you because I missed your live last night. I was balled up. I had finished my review, then went on Hey Girl Hey thing. And then when I went, I said, dang, she just ended 4 minutes ago. Happy New Year, Sean, too. Yeah. I think when he went to Atlanta and that was it. Probably had an Airbnb with that girl. Yeah. Like, why would Martell be the only one bringing a girl all the time? He's not going to be bringing no girls. That's where the guys hang out with women that's not their wives. And Kimmy, if you've seen the activity from your office, why the hell would you even want to get with Maurice? You wanted to be part of the boys club so bad. I don't know. Yeah. You know, when you go on the trip, you be talking about it. He ain't talking about nothing. You see, they finally denied that was him in that picture. I think they put that picture out. I'm still waiting for Marcel to say, Martell, you have never seen me with a woman. Stop making sense moving forward. Stop it. People around here don't know about that. Because when he said that, he's not going to answer that. Why didn't Marceau jump up like, wait, dog, what you mean? Like, don't do that. Go ahead and tell them no, because you know you never seen me with nobody. Why would he sit there and say that if it has never been anybody, Tisha? And at this point, I think Tisha and Kimmy are just happy when they talking to the other person, to the other couple, opposite of them. And Martell was the one that my friend said she thought was gay. Yeah. Shut I don't get fake from Kiki. I like with Stormy, like I could not read Stormy. Like a part of me still wants to believe Stormy, but I can't. Not a mama done sealed the deal for her. But with Kiki, most liars are not detailed like she is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that she want her family. She want to be involved with her family, but she want to be friends with Melanie and them too. But it could be that, like everybody else, she want Mel to put her on, and they know that if Mel don't do nothing for people that's in her circle, she gonna put them on if she can. It kind of lies, that could be it too, because and I ain't like how Carlos was trying to come for her like that. Why you don't question them about how they're treating Kiki? Because they treating Kiki like a batch on the street. You know? You think so? Yeah, let me drop this link because I heard some stuff that was on that live last night. He got a YouTube page moving forward. I think I just told you that. Yeah, let me drop this link real quick because Sean, you have some splaining to do. Oops. Austin, she could be. And I think when people like is trying to just be neutral and they don't want to be involved in the stuff, people say that they like playing the fence, but I can't say for sure that's what she doing. You know?
Hey, Tay.
Happy New Year. Camera, you want to be? Because I'm about to drop you. My girl in the house. Hey, y'all. Hey, Brown.
Hold on.
Child, I was listening to y'all in the bushes. I couldn't get on nobody live stream. I was too pissed off about everything last night.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Hey, friend.
Can I just say this real quick?
I have a poem
before y'all get into
so
it.
I can read people.
I told y'all Kiki wasn't nothing. I told y'all
You did.
time ago.
You
I
did.
told y'all. And on top of that, I feel like that whole reunion was Carlos's attempt to appease Melody, but the whole thing really was an ambush.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like he gave Tisha her answer, the questions before, so she was just too
Mm-hmm.
ready for her recorded or pre-rehearsed reads in her answers. And that's
Absolutely.
all
her epic fail,
totally
little friends.
That's what made me mad last night. She was just too confident. And Carlos, he
Mm-hmm.
kind of held him to the fire, but he really didn't.
Right. I agree. He just did that to get the audience and, the YouTubers off his back. It was nothing. They didn't answer any questions, really.
Nothing got
They
solved.
just
We still at season 1, episode
season
1.
one.
We
And Tisha
still
was
at
too
the 20
confident.
girlfriends and the apartment. Because
Yes,
why didn't he make Martell answer that before Maurice came jumping in?
I
And
can't.
why
Ooh,
why was Maurice the only one laughing at Tisha's stupid clownish joke? I think he was the one told her to make them puppets. He was the only one that found it
That's why it was so
amusing.
stupid.
hmm.
Hmm.
But you know what? If Melody would have brought those puppets out there, Maurice would have had a fit.
Yup. Say it again. Say it again. He would, y'all trying to destroy somebody's marriage. Is this not working? This is not working for anyone's marriage.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, y'all missed Kimmy's big lie too. I put it in the chat. But remember Kimmy said when she met him, he was a barber. Now
Right.
all of a sudden he owned Credit One underneath her office.
Hmm.
Make it make sense, Kimmy.
It
Period.
doesn't make sense. But you know, they said her office up above him, whoever she worked for had that building. But they said Kimmy was so mean to the customers and stuff. I guess that's why it shut down. I can see that in her.
She said that she had a bad attitude and a nurse
Mm-hmm.
at her job had to get her together.
Mm-hmm.
She said
Child.
that on an interview before.
But if
She need
she
the
but
So
if
attitude with Maurice.
but
Right.
if
She's
he was
giving it
a
to the wrong
barber,
person.
he didn't have Credit One yet, and she was already
Exactly.
with him. So that's my
Exactly.
point. She's a liar. He
He's a
used
She's
her.
a side chick.
he's a
She's a
liar.
side chick.
And
She's
pretty brown
lying.
eyes, I'm glad you said that because those were my sentiments in my video earlier. I feel like Carlos asked general questions, but Tisha seemed too well prepared. She seemed like she was prepped, whether it was through Marcel, Carlos, or the both of them, and Maurice. You could throw him in it too.
Mhm.
Because she seemed too well prepared. And to even come with puppets, it doesn't add up because according to Kiki, she wasn't supposed to know that she was gonna be there. She ended up like
Right.
missing like her flight or something. So she ended up bumping into her at the airport or something like that. So you mean to tell me she got the puppets in LA and got the hair done and everything in LA?
mhm,
Or you know what I'm saying? Like
mhm.
Those puppets had on the same black what you call
outfit.
it
Pajamas. Right.
that
Pajamas,
Melody them
exactly.
had on.
That was well prepared. Well prepared. That's
They
how
had on
I
the
know
same pajamas.
someone inside told her what was coming. Because if she wasn't
Hmm.
supposed to know Kiki was coming, how would she know to do the whole puppet thing?
Exactly.
True.
Right.
True.
Kiki about told them that she was coming. That's what I think. Cause see, Kiki's trying to be accepted by her family, so she's never gonna go against her family all the way.
Yeah,
Thank you, pretty
Kiki
brown
act like
eyes.
she
I
act like
agree with
she's so
that.
afraid of Wanda. What's up with that? I mean,
Right.
Wanda sitting over
That's
there.
what I said.
Kiki
It
act
was
like
like
she's
she
scared
was
to death.
threatening her.
Somebody said it earlier. They talking about Wanda like she the Don Corleone of the ghetto.
That's what I said. I
Yeah.
said Wanda acted like she was in charge of the girls. The way she said it, don't lie. Like they were
She sure
low key
did.
threatening her.
Threatening her. That's how
Yes.
I took it. That's exactly
I,
because Tisha, like you had said earlier, Tay, Tisha did the same thing when they called her at Galentine's and don't lie. It's like their way of letting her know, like, you need to
Yeah,
come correct, be
I'm
on
here.
our side.
Because she probably already told them that she wasn't gonna say nothing. And so now they want her to keep up whatever it was that she had already done said to them.
Right.
Hey, y'all.
my
That's why
problem
I
with
feel like
Kiki, my problem with Kiki, if her and Mel had a conversation, why do you have to call teacher to secure her and let her know what you and Mel's conversation was? If I was Mel, I wouldn't give her the time of day.
But guess
Did you
what?
see the
You
way
They
already
Mel
found
know
cut
she
her
Mel
on the
not about to
eyes?
show.
be trusting them
Yes, I
like that.
did. I
She
did.
on
She
the
She
didn't
didn't
use
have
show.
to do
that
that.
time.
so.
Sorry,
Hey,
y'all.
y'all. Happy New Year's. The only thing I was gonna say
Amen.
about Kiki, Kiki
Child.
is Kiki is so fake. And here's
Yep.
why. I get that you got to balance between family and friend, but where my problem come in that with Kiki is that you don't have to share conversations, and she's
Right.
sharing conversations. Both
Speak,
Tisha
Sean.
and
Hmm.
Mel had to say. Kiki told me this. So she's whatever her and Melody have a conversation about, she running over there to tell Tisha. Whatever her and
Right.
Tisha say, she running over there telling Melody. And if you gonna sit in a spot, I feel like whenever they ask about each other, it ain't nothing to say like, look, If you want to know something about her, you go ask her. It's the same thing with
Right.
Tisha. If you want to know something about Mel, you go ask Mel. I'm here to be y'all friends. I'm not finna be the middle person and go back and tell. And I think Kiki got caught
Exactly.
up, in my opinion.
Yes.
There's no reason to go and tell and swap information. And just because she put that in on the end of it is, well, I just want to sing truth, or now you sing fake, because it's a way to be truthful and
Mhm.
be like, look, I ain't got nothing to do with what y'all got going on.
Yeah,
That's
stay
my
out of it.
cousin, you my friend. That's between y'all, and that's how I feel like she should just handle the situation.
Yeah, and I
And
think that's
I,
why Destiny fell out, or I think that's why Mel got mad at Destiny. It wasn't the fact that she was friends with Tisha. It was the fact that she
Mm-hmm.
was talking about her to Tisha.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
And
if
she
Mm-hmm.
if
heard
Kiki's
her.
turning around doing the same thing, then you're the same as a Destiny. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no difference. You should
But
be able to
Destiny was
keep the difference.
also sorry, brown skin. Destiny was also running back and forth telling Martell different stuff and adding her 20, putting 20 on 10 on whatever she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I agree
So,
on that.
so, and some people think Martell is the one that told, what you call him, um, Destiny was the one that told Stormy everything, because that was her way to break Melody and Stormy's friendship up, to go in and put
Mm.
it, because if
Oh
you
yeah,
put
I
enough
believe that.
truth with lies, people will tend to
Mhm.
believe it. And then Stormy,
Mhm.
her mama already didn't like her, coupled with everything else that she had going on, and then she was coleslaw behind the scenes, just wanting
I
to take over Mel's place.
I
So that's
agree with
that's what I
you.
think. Destiny
I,
was the one that told her that, because if you could tell, all of a sudden that's where everything is coming from.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
I agree
Destiny,
with you.
Stormy's mom was on Wanda's channel last night, and she said something about they needed another couple, and she was trying to say like Mel threw something in to keep Stormy from being the couple or whatever. But they asked her about Destiny. She said, "Oh, I like Destiny. Destiny and Stormy worked it out. I love Destiny. Destiny took gossip back, which is probably not true, but her mom is running with it. That show last night was a hot mess all the way around. But I think Wanda has a gag order because she said on that channel, she said, we can't mention her name up here. No, not her. Mm-mm.
They need to
I
stop
want to
mentioning her
touch
name,
base.
period.
I want to touch base on what the caller said about Kiki being fake. I just want to say this. I actually listened to a part of an interview that Kiki did with another YouTuber, and everything she was saying, I was already suspect about her from day one. But when I listened to that interview, that convinced me that she's nobody's friend really. At least she's not there to support Mel. And if you look at the reunion last night, Kiki talked too much. She over
Mm-hmm.
talked because she was
She
giving
Yep.
did.
information that wasn't even asked for. She's
I
looking
agree.
for her 15 seconds of fame.
Mm-hmm.
And one other thing I want to add, the Love in Huntsville is that's a that's a money grab for the Scots because they're not used to money, they're not used to fame. And Kimmy, she knows how to articulate her words, but other than that, in my opinion, she's she's trash. Kimmy is trash.
I totally agree.
And
I
I
agree.
picked her from day one, first season. She jealous of Mel. And if you go back to
Mm-hmm.
the reunion last night, ladies, and I'm gonna be quick, if you look at when they were showing when Mel had her introduction for Seventh
Mhm,
Avenue,
mhm.
how Kimmy stood there,
Yep.
no applause, no
Yes,
smile, no nothing. The cameras don't lie.
I
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
agree.
She's
Kimmy,
jealous. And
Kimmy
then
is very good.
and Tay, I want to say to you, Kimmy's outfit, when it comes to a woman being in a bedroom with a man, it was bad to the bone. It was inappropriate to wear
Very
to
inappropriate.
that reunion. Kimmy is
Right.
just, I'm just a few years older than Kimmy. I'll let everybody know I'm almost 60 years old. But at the same time, no. She's always been since she been on this show, showing herself with her boobs always out, trying to be
Mhm.
younger than what she is because she trying to keep up with that young boy that she married. He don't
Agreed.
Mhm.
appreciate her because when a man loves and respects you, sex is only a portion of what he's looking for in a relationship with you.
Absolutely.
Maurice is
I
not an 18-year-old, 18-year-old that's just, oh, I see TNA, I see TNA, I gotta have it, I gotta have it. This man is pushing 50 himself. When is he gonna slow down? But
I
anyway,
think
that's
Kimmy gave off S&M Madam Dominatrix. I think only thing she was missing was a whip. I don't.
that's
I
it.
mean, Kimmy dress body is bad. Don't get me wrong. The
Yeah,
girl
she
was
got the
giving
figure.
body.
Yeah, she
Uh,
got the
But
figure.
that outfit was
but
ugly. Just tell the
the
truth and
outfit
shame
was
the
I
devil.
bad.
agree. It
It
was
was.
ugly.
I didn't like Kimmy's look at all. Them sheer curves hanging off the side of her boob hanging out at the bottom. It gave me that she was on her way to a masquerade party. I need a whip. When I'm done, I'm finna go to tie some people up and gag them. It gave me nothing but S&M, madam, from the hair to her dress. I didn't like her look at all. And I
She
don't
get
I
mind
agree.
Kimmy being sexy. You know, I don't like to put age on things. Just because you this age, you have to, wear a moo everywhere you go. I don't mind her being sexy, but I think she was overly sexualized in her dress.
she was giving Gone
Right.
with the Wind fabulous. And I'm
I don't
talking
even
Did
think
about
she
y'all see?
I'm
gave
talking
that.
about Scarlett O'Hara. I ain't talking about Kimmy the boy.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Did
It was
y'all
just
see
giving too
Martell
much.
looking at
Talking
Mel when
about
she came
Scarlett
out?
when she put the curtain on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she could have
Oh,
been sexy and classy. Like you don't have to
right.
be like that to be sexy.
Like I said,
Right.
that was for the bedroom. That was not. That was inappropriate for a
Hmm.
reunion. I don't know where she thought she was going.
Yeah.
Did y'all
To
see
Brewster's
Martell
place.
looking at Mel last night?
Oh yeah,
Martell
Martell,
was in awe over
his
Melody.
face,
He was
he could
shaking his head
have.
as if he approved. Like, yes, she
I
working
think
there. Yes.
I think Kimmy had that dress on like that because I think she was this her last hurrah because she's gonna have that surgery
She
for
is
the boobies, So I think that's
the
she was trying to
lumpendectomy.
stunt, huh?
She's gonna have her. Is it called a lumpendectomy? How do you
If
pronounce
they
it?
if they're
Yeah,
removed, it's a mastectomy.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
mastectomy.
dang. I didn't know that. But that's still no excuse for her to wear that lingerie.
None.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Zero.
agree.
I'm
Even
sorry.
with what
No
she got
excuse
going
at all.
on.
Messy.
She looked a
Mm-mm.
hot mess to me.
I didn't
Sorry.
like it. I didn't like
Sorry,
it. It
not
was
sorry.
overly sexualized.
I
It
agree.
And she aged herself with that too because her hair was giving a lot. Her
That
clothes
blonde was
just
ugly. Her
just
makeup looked like a regular day of filming. Like I feel like
It's
when
her
you come to the
sweetness.
reunion, this is your time to really glam up. You let Kiki out glam you in the face, and she's not even a full time castmate. Girl, what you doing? That look like makeup you put on yourself.
But it's the sickness
it
that you
was.
can see the sickness in her face.
Sean, was it you talking about Letitia fingernails? It looked like a lot of them
Yeah,
did a lot of stuff on their own.
yep.
It
I
don't
didn't
look it
like.
don't look like she teacher had her nails done.
She did have her nails done. She needed to fill in. You have on this blue nail polish and it's chipped. Like nobody came prepared but Melody and Martell. To me, they were the
Right.
only one who came prepared for a reunion.
And the
Hey
only
guys,
reason why
whenever
Martell was prepared because he's been around male as long as he has, and he's learned a little bit when it comes to events
dressing.
and so forth. Yeah, that's the only reason. But did y'all check the shade that Marceau threw on Martell when he said he had his builder's license? Hear me out for a moment. When he had his builder's license and that he knew how to run a company, I know the builder's license was a dig, but also I think the bigger dig was that he knew how to run a company. He was insulting his intelligence, which is part of the problem with Mel and Martell anyway, because Mel was the brains. That's the reason why Martell came back with the Africa comment um, to Tisha. And Martell was right to get out of scope when he did, because with the lawsuit, he don't want to be a part of that, even if it was pennies on the dollar.
But I know people don't like Martell, and I agree. Martell is a whole clown out here. But Martell didn't say anything wrong in that statement. It was like, well, that was my point. I wasn't supposed to be in longevity. I was helping y'all get started. So even
Right.
with Tisha got all big in her britches, girl, sit down and shut up and go get your nails done. Because he did what he set out to do. Y'all needed help. I came in and helped y'all and got y'all started. You wanted to buy me out, that's fine. Buy me out. And whether it was pennies on the dollar or over the asking price, y'all are still in the lawsuit at the end of the day that y'all
And,
gonna have to pay.
and
And
at
that's
the end
what
of the
we
day,
I
know.
they
agree.
haven't really come up though. The Scots have not really come up that much. When you look at them compared to all that Mel is doing, she was already making millions of dollars even before Love and Marriage Huntsville, and she's only just superseded that.
I love the way that Mel flexed her power and said the only reason why you had those contracts is because of me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
while you trying to flex on Martell, you remember who truly helped you. That's
Exactly.
what
Mhm.
I
From
like.
behind the popcorn stand.
Fact.
While
First
you
of all,
Mm-hmm.
sitting up
wasn't
here
he
acting like you
unemployed when
somebody.
they started Scope?
You was popping
Something like
popcorn.
that.
Entrepreneur.
He
He was
was no
popping popcorn.
entrepreneur. He was an employee at a movie theater, ripping
No, he was
tickets.
unemployed. Remember, he was fired
Right.
for
Yeah,
He
he
saying
didn't
was
have a
for
fired, but
job.
I'm
sexual
not
harassment
understanding.
allegedly.
I'm not understanding how he knew how to run a business if you got fired and you was unemployed, unable to get a
He
job,
didn't.
to the point where they had to help you
Help
start
you.
Scope.
Tell it simply.
Like,
They
who
just
Mm-hmm.
be
are you trying to
lying.
fool
They
here?
He
Another
was
put
lie.
on
he
their
was
resume.
flexing. He was flexing
Another lie.
Let
Martell. That's all.
Marcel tell it. He can do everything. Jack of all trades, master of nothing.
Absolutely.
Well, clearly he can't, considering he has a $5.5 million countersuit for something he was unable to do, which is finish
Clearly.
the job.
He
Can't
Clearly.
do
didn't
the
even
job.
really elaborate on the lawsuit last night when Carlos asked him about the lawsuit. He really didn't answer it.
He made excuses. Oh, COVID hit, and I was doing
Yeah.
this, I was doing
COVID has.
that, and
Let
People
me.
I
was
was trying
laughing
to
at their
complete.
pain.
Huh?
I was laughing.
Did y'all hear
But
them have the nerve to say that people were laughing at their pain as if that's not what they do on a
See,
regular damn
regular
basis?
basis.
Tay,
But
I
not
had
only
to
Right.
watch
that.
it. I watched that reunion 2 times, and I said the audacity of these two idiots to act like we, the viewers, aren't smart. We literally watched you laugh at Mel and Martell for two
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
seasons about their
Time
divorce.
after time.
And
And not
still
to mention,
laughing.
you can't
Screaming
sit
the
there
perfect
and want to cry about a COVID not I don't want to say the word, sorry. C-19 when that has nothing to do with you doing measurements wrong and putting stuff together wrong to the point where they gotta have someone come redo it. Don't try to play that
Allegedly,
card.
the,
They try to use
allegedly, the
C-19.
Scots are thieves. That's what they are. Allegedly, the Scots are thieves.
Mm.
Yeah, they look like
So
it.
how is Tisha getting ready to open up this broker business if they're being sued?
They about to
I
open
Don't
up.
understand it's totally different.
Well,
I
she
just think
got
she
her
did that for
license.
show.
Yeah. A lot of times when they're crooks, that's what they do. They go from business to business to business. And I feel like that's what they're doing. I think it's for show too. That's what I think it's just like
Because why they didn't
Dusty.
mention that on the show last night?
Right.
They talk
To the
about
person
Kimmy
that's
on the thing,
to the
but they
person
ain't
that
talk
said
about
to the person that said they watched the reunion twice, whenever Dusty came out thinking that she's flossing, what did Carlos say to her? I couldn't catch that part.
Destiny didn't come out yet.
That's yeah. We only
Well,
saw.
it's gonna be on this coming up week. The reunion this coming up week. He said something about people don't like her. Or did he
Yeah,
say the
that's what he
producers
Oh
said.
Oh,
don't?
he
yeah.
said.
He
Oh, I know
said
what you're
that
talking
people
about. He
don't
said
like
she.
her,
Well,
and the fact that she
He said
shouldn't be
she's
on
not
the show,
married
and she's not
nor
married,
in
and she
love.
doesn't have love.
She said she's not married nor in love. Yeah.
And
So
they said that
why did she want to be on the show?
they was demanding that she be fired. And did he say that the producers said that she was hard to work with?
Mel
Yes.
said that. One of Mel's tweets implied that the production said she was too hard to work with.
And
Oh,
understandably so. She seemed like that type.
To me too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like she the
Destiny
star
comes
of
So,
the
across like
show.
she's entitled for somebody who's never had a whole lot.
I'm
Right.
saying
Yep.
yeah, for her to have
Exactly.
been to say she was in foster care like that, she seems like she acts as she's entitled to a lot of things. And from my
Absolutely.
experience, people that was in foster care don't act like that. They act grateful to certain things.
Do you know what I
right.
think, Tay? I don't think that girl was ever in foster care.
Me
I
I
don't
I
said
don't
either.
that
either.
before
I
on the
don't think
panel
it
too.
either.
I
I don't
think
think so
everything about
either.
her is a lie.
I
Period.
Yep.
agree with
I
you.
don't think she is either. Was
I think
either.
she did that for sympathy.
For
Just like
Yep.
sympathy.
Hmm.
she did
I
that
Mm-hmm.
think
whole
she
crying
may
one
have
night
been,
too.
but it wasn't for a long period of time like she wants us to believe.
Well, it didn't come up until Tiffany started saying how
Tiffany.
she was in
She was
foster
in
Hmm.
care.
Oh,
foster
so
care.
Every time somebody else come up, she come up with a better story to
Right.
one
Hmm.
up with her and get more
Yep.
Right.
attention.
And you know what? That's funny you say that, Pretty Brown Eyes, because she it's like she wants to one up everybody. In the clip when they were doing Mel's release to her song, she said, "Yeah, one up me. I mean, one up you." And
Yeah.
it triggered me, but that's she's always in competition with people who's not competing with her. And it slipped. She had a Freudian slip. Go back and watch that clip where she pulls her aside before she starts complaining about her village. She said, "Yeah, one up you." No, she said, "Yeah, one up me. I mean, one up you." Like she felt mad, and then all of a sudden, what was it? The next season, she's coming out with a song too. She is always copying what other people do.
Now,
Yep.
brown skin girl, I remember that conversation, and
Mhm.
what triggered me is she went from saying Mel basically dismisses the fact that she needed a village to
Mhm.
making it more important that she was a part of Mel's village.
Village, exactly, and
It
that's what
was
it
like,
was.
I thought your complaint was you didn't have a village, but you seem overly concerned about being a part of Mel's village.
Mel's,
When she
Yeah,
exactly.
told
because
you,
I
I
feel
don't
my
need
leave.
you.
I
I get
don't need
confused.
you.
And the fact, look, even if it was Mariah, the fact that one of her children said they do not like you or they think you're boring, that's more than enough for them not to be in your care.
Right.
Damn,
She better
Walmart
stop
looking at
listening to
me
Martell.
dinosaur.
I have a question. I was looking at, I think it was either Straight No Chase or Empress yesterday. It was like a throwback. The person that recorded Arion name is Dana. Is that the person that's supposed to be Dusty's cousin?
No, her name is Demi.
Oh, okay, okay.
What do y'all think about that apartment?
They
I
definitely
think it's
They had
true.
one.
They had a apartment together.
Yeah.
definitely.
They had one.
I think it's
But
Martell
true.
why,
said
why won't he
nothing.
saying we never owned an apartment? We didn't own an apartment. What do you mean
They
No,
we
may
they
never?
not have
rented
owned
one.
it, but
They
Okay,
rented
maybe
one.
they rented it.
They rented it.
They could have
That's
rented
what
it.
I'm saying.
Because
Why
see,
is
But
he
that's
saying?
that's playing with
Marcel likes
words
to play on
again.
words. That's
yes,
what he likes
Marcel
to
likes
Playing
to
do.
with
play on
words.
You
words.
have to watch that Split Ninja.
To me,
Marcel plays on
Martell
words.
said didn't say nothing but said a lot at the same time. And
Exactly.
Exactly.
he said nothing but said a lot. And if Kimmy and Tisha would pick up and take the blinders off, they would
Exact
have literally caught on to what this man was saying. He
facts.
called Kimmy and
Tisha.
Letitia naive.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mhm.
Not
said
only
he said,
that.
"Oh, so she naive too." He said that.
Yeah.
He asked about the Africa trip. He was like, um,
Oh, is that why? Like,
"Oh
yeah,
yeah, that why." Like he kept saying stuff. He was like, "Yeah, we're
yes.
not doing that after 3 o'clock in the morning." Like he kept throwing out little small stuff. When
I said the
Kimmy was
same thing. Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Kimmy was explaining, he's laughing the entire time. Like this bride is so
Blind.
nuts, right? Like, are
Right.
you for
They'll,
real?
Hello.
they
Yes.
see
Hello,
through
everyone.
enough on
This
that.
this is Hannah Grace. How y'all doing? I'm listening to the convo, but when y'all brought this up, did it was it me or did Kimmy leave Martell's name out of that list? She said you, Maurice, Cedric, but she didn't say Martell.
No,
He
she
left it
pushed
out.
She
you was a
pointed to
part of
him.
Martell.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
pointed at Martell.
she
That's why she
pointed at
said
That's
you.
Martell.
why he was
Okay.
laughing.
I
She
thought she
pointed him.
pointed at Okay, so she did say Martell. Okay,
Yeah, but
because
I
I did.
agree with you, Sean. Martell said a lot without saying anything at all. The mere fact that he can say, we have things that we discussed that we would never tell between the guys.
Right.
Like, he's telling you guys that there's something there. And y'all
Mm-hmm.
still not
Mhm.
picking up on it. He's
But
dropping it, y'all
even
just not
when
picking it up.
but even when they asked, I think Carlos asked Martell, "Have you seen him with a woman?" He never answered the question.
He
Right, because
said he
Tisha
Right.
wasn't
jumped
going
in. Yeah, Tisha didn't want him to answer. Tisha jumped in because she knows what it is. She just
But
didn't
before
deny it.
Tisha even said something, it was along him looking.
Stuttering.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
he
look
couldn't
at him, his
say
his
anything.
lips are like jammering, like he wants to say something, but his mind ain't moving fast enough. So he's like, and then Tisha jumps in after a while. But yeah, I agree. The gap in time is enough to tell you that there was something there. Because it's either
because
yes or no.
it would be no.
Exactly. It would just be no. So the fact that he had to sit here and
And
yeah,
Tisha
okay.
said,
Yep.
"Yeah, I'm the one woman. I'm the one." And Carlos
Right.
said, "Beside Tisha, have you seen him with another woman?" And
Right,
he
and he
said, "I'm
still
not
didn't
going to
say
answer
nothing.
that." He said, "I'm not going
Yep.
to answer that."
Well,
But
I'll tell you this.
Letitia
Keisha
keeps
was
saying
full of
that.
her. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Letitia was saying that if Martell or Melody knew anything because of their character, basically what she was saying, they would have put it out. Martell said, "Nope, I'm not putting anything out." They should have let her
Right.
know, but she keep on dragging Melody into
Oh,
this
she said,
situation about putting out this information, but she don't realize that it's not Melody, it's not Martell, it's bloggers and it's people that that say that they have information
But
about
Ariel put out her
Martell.
own pictures, and that's what Martell said. Martell said, "No, she put them out, and the she was Ariel," which is
But I
correct.
thought
He not
that
getting ready to put
Marceau,
nothing out.
I thought they said Marceau bought that picture out because Kimmy got mad at Marceau and said he was hurting Tisha in the long run by bringing the picture out. But Coleslaw was the one that co-signed and said, "Yeah, I was there," and that's when she started talking about the linebackers, if I could
Not
remember correct.
Marcel tagged her in that post when Marcel posted that picture. Martell tagged Slaw and said, "Didn't you take this?"
Right.
And then she went on Tasha K and said she was there at when they took that picture. She was at she was in Atlanta then with them, and that they had linebackers.
And not only that, but Flaw has a sister that lives in Atlanta, and that's the sister that she keeps referencing that Marco was trying to talk to.
But why
Mm.
did it take Kimmy so long to say that Mel was her friend? And why didn't she just say yes or no?
Right.
Because Mel
Hey,
is a valuable resource to all of them. That's why the YouTuber named her Money Making Mel. If you attach anything to Melanie Cherie's brand, it's going to blossom. And they know that.
Mm-hmm.
They know Mel. See, Mel was already the face of Huntsville before this show. She has connections to the mayor, the governor. This is factual. And they know that.
Fact.
I
So
hope Mel realized last night that Kimmy is not her friend.
I hope so, because I've been saying it all along. I hope so.
I had hope for Kim. I have to be
I
honest.
never had any for her.
I had
I,
hope for Kimmy.
I never had any hope for Kimmy.
Because
Never.
you know what? I feel like in the beginning, I feel like she did have her own kind of thoughts of Mel, but Tisha fed more into it to make that beast
Yeah,
grow for her disdain
I
for
agree.
Mel.
true.
So I feel like that's where
Yes,
we seen the comments of, oh, you're bougie and you're this. Oh, a blueprint of Mel, a mini Mel, and all. I think it's because Tisha kept feeding her stuff to make her start feeling a way towards Mel. Remember, she rescinded Mel's invite to Kimmy's
Yep,
bridal
she
Yep.
sure
shower.
did.
So now she's not showing up. Now it looks like, oh, so you only want people to show up for you, but you don't show up for us. Because she even said in
Yep.
that scene, she was like, important things like this, I expect my friends to show up. Tisha
But
had
you
And
a
know,
hand in that. And I feel like once season 2 and 3 started happening, Kimmy really started sitting down. Even at the season 1 reunion, she had said like we were able to iron out our differences because she can own her stuff. She can sit there and be like, okay, yeah, I jumped into stuff that had nothing to do with me, aka
Mhm.
Tisha's beef. And we were able to iron out our differences. And Kimmy's not a needy friend, and Mel is too busy to have a needy friend. So
Right.
they met, they meshed well. They may not be besties, but they meshed well. They were fine. It's just when that whole like Team Scott thing started rearing its ugly head that she now kind of switched back over to the other side. I think deep down inside, Kimmy wants to be cool with Mel, but she feels like she has this alliance she has
She
to
has to
stay with
choose.
when it comes to
Yes.
her husband and her family.
Did you
And
all
see,
notice
Brown
that
skin girl.
there was some
yeah,
tension
I,
between Tisha and Kimmy on that
yes,
stage?
yep.
It looked like they had some animosity with each other.
yeah,
They
agreed.
do.
But
You
brown
can
skin
see
girl,
it.
you are correct, because I even said after that peace party when Mel and Kimmy had that conversation outside, I
Mm-hmm,
said Kimmy wants that friendship with Mel,
Hmm.
but she
mm-hmm.
can't do it publicly because it's Team Scott.
Exactly. You notice when Carlos said, "Do you consider her a friend?" What did she say? Who, me, Kimmy?
Who, me?
Who, me,
Yep.
Kimmy? Or me,
Yeah,
Kimmy Scott? You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Who, me, Kimmy? Oh
But
yeah,
the problem, let
she's
me tell you, the problem with that is that Kimmy, if she hadn't used one word to describe what Melody was doing for her, and that is those referrals that she had been
Right.
giving, Kimmy is using. She don't want to give up that resource. She don't care anything about Melody because, truth be told, she jealous of her too. She just jealous in a different way than Letitia. But
Exactly.
Kimmy is using her as well, and Kimmy
Well,
Bingo.
and
when
I
Melody probably
disagree. I disagree.
when she started running down what Mel did to her, I was like, so Mel was a friend to you, Kimmy.
right.
But look
Absolutely.
at it from this perspective. And I agree with you, Carla, because I can't see anybody's name up here. But one thing about, okay, we all know Kimmy is intelligent, okay, and she's articulate when she speaks. I think that what she finds that binds her with Melody is that they're able to, the common bond between the two women is they're able to have an intelligent conversation. She
Mm-hmm.
can't share that with Tisha because Tisha is
She
not
would
on her
need
level.
puppets. She
Facts.
would need puppets in order to do that. Go ahead.
Exactly. So, but at the same time, I really do believe that okay, one thing I want to interject is the fact that allegedly the Scots started having meetings
Mm,
for their game plan as far as what they were going to say, how they were going to act, and this and that on the show. Kimmy was a part of all of that, so she had to play the role. But in the interim of playing that role, she also saw how beneficial a friendship, having that alliance with Mel, could be for her personally. Because Maurice is not all of that, in my opinion, as far as being a man and a husband. Because even if you look at the pictures that they put out for Christmas, where are the pictures with Maurice and Jalen? You see Jalen in the picture with the whole family, and you see him in the pictures with his mom. I think Jalen really knows, Maurice is not for his mother, but it's his
yep.
mother's choice.
Yep. I agree with that.
Hey y'all, can I change the subject real quick?
No, no, sir.
Okay,
No,
voice twin.
sis. I know, right? I'm
So
not gonna have you out
listen,
here arguing with yourself. They gonna be like, she over there arguing with
right,
herself.
exactly. So listen, did y'all see Stormy and Martell at Sheree's party last night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
Hmm.
y'all think about that?
I think that's very interesting.
Very interesting.
What happened? I didn't see it.
So Sheree had a New Year's Eve party, and Martell was there, and the camera panned, and so was Stormy. Stormy had,
At
I think, a black and gold dress, if I remember right.
that
I
Hmm.
was at
thought
Sheree's
Stormy
house.
was on the.
It
I
was at
thought Stormy
Sheree's
was.
house.
It was at Sheree's house. Yep.
And then somebody came up to Martell and asked him where the trash bags was. And he was acting like he was like high or drunk or something.
He looked like he was drunk. He did have
Wow.
a cup in his hand. I seen when he went live, but his thing was acting up. I don't know if it was service or whatever, but it was like pausing. But he did have a drink in his hand, so I think he was drinking.
Yeah, and he
I
was
know
like,
right
Was that
way.
"Babe,
black?
where the trash bags or something?" And she was like walking, and I was like, "Wait, hold on, what?" And but to see, but Sheree and Stormy, yeah, they was all up in pictures together, and I start thinking back to that picture that one of the weirdo brothers put out. Legs, hips, and breasts, Junior, um, put out, and where it said the new male or something like that.
Mm,
I don't
that is
know.
Stormy is everywhere.
I hate the way they are forming this weird thing trying to
alliance.
come at Mel. Yeah, alliance. Yeah, 'cause
Mhm.
that's what it feels like. And then Carlos tried to compare Mel to Nene, and that's what they were doing, y'all, in the chat. Like they
Yeah.
were coming for Mel last night. They were saying, "Oh, she's too big for her britches now," or if she thinks she's too good to be around the cast, why is she there? Because her face was stank the whole time. It's like Mel can't win for losing. You know what I mean? That she's if I would have had a stank face too if every scene on every show for the whole season you talked about me within 30 seconds of starting the scene. My face would have been a little bit stank too.
For
But
If
real.
y'all not talking
they
about
gave
me,
her
y'all
no
talking
grace.
about my mama.
But
Huh?
Right.
when
Exactly.
when she
But my
said,
thing,
"I don't care what anybody doing," all of their faces dropped.
Yes, and they're trying to drag her for that, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I was like, wait a millimeters. I was in the comments typing like Kermit on that gif, like, I mean, cut it out, leave her. Because it
But
pissed me off. Because I was like, she's sick of y'all. And I don't think Mel is trying to act like she's better than them. I don't believe that.
Me
But
neither.
that's the narrative they're trying to spin. And it is eerily reminiscent of the way they tried to do Nene. And Nene had attitudes when she was on those reunions, but it wasn't because she was too big for her britches. It's because they stayed constantly coming for her. But they gaslit her to make people think that she's being a snot. Yes, Nene ran her mouth and all of that stuff, but they was like she got too big and no. It's like she got too big for them and they became jealous because her star was shining so bright. I feel
Yep.
like
Getting other
whenever this
opportunities and everything.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm
And they
sorry. So y'all go ahead. I just had to get that out.
no, that's true. It's true.
I beg to differ. I started watching that show because of Nene, and then I end up not liking her. But to me, Stormy is a Nene. She flashes the thing about having the money and all of that. When people who have real money, they don't
Don't
flash
talk
it.
about it. Exactly. And
And
I
that's
think Mel
that's
does
the
that.
class. That's the real class.
Yes, can I ask Sean a question? When I made the statement about Kimmy, I noticed you said that you had disagreed because I think basically because I said something about Kimmy was jealous in a different way. I think you were saying you disagree with that, and I wanted to find out. I just wanted to hear your viewpoint on that.
okay, I'm gonna say this about Stormy. One thing about Stormy, since y'all was talking about her first, what puzzles me the most, I thought Stormy was on the sick and the shut in list, but now you good enough to go out here and party over there
Ooh,
at Sheree house.
that part.
Oh, okay, girl.
Mhm.
So back to your
Sorry,
question.
Sean.
Now back to you, Miss Hannah. I think why I say I disagree, I really do feel like Kimmy do want a real relationship um with Mel. I don't think she's necessarily jealous of her. I think Kimmy is very secure in being the nurse. I did this on the side. She's always knew how to get the money, obtain the money. She was very good at what she did. So I don't get a jealous side from her. I do feel like she is between a rock and a hard place. And I don't think it's so much of Tisha. I think it's so more of her husband feeling
Husband.
like you cannot be friends with her, you need to be on the home team. So she do have to hide like how close they really are in a real relationship. That's why I say I don't think that she's necessarily jealous
Mhm. But
of
let me just say this. Someone
Mhm.
noticed that at her Melody's Seventh Avenue release party, Kimmy's face, and also remember Kimmy was the one that went and lied after Melody invited her to that Christmas party, she went back and actually lied to Letitia, saying that they were talking about her the whole time. And Melody explained that they were there for hours and only a small amount of that conversation had anything to do with Letitia. So I'm saying that to say this. She has some ulterior motive when it comes to Melody. She's trying to start some bull crap between, and when I say bull crap, she's still trying. She knows Letitia and Melody wasn't getting along. Why was she going to go back there and tell Letitia that?
That's when
Well,
the agreement was made between the Scotts, though. Remember, that's season 4, so that's when they told her she pretty much, I guess, had to be a Scott in order to ride with them.
Well,
That's
that's what I'm talking about. During all of this happened during the same season, except for the and I'm gonna tell you why I think where it actually started. I think during that first season when Melody revealed Kimmy's age, she kind of, you know, it was kind of odd. I thought that was inappropriate for Melody to do that, but she said Kimmy was saying something, talking about some remark that Kimmy made, that she said only older people make those comments like that. And then she said, well, she's almost 50, so I hope I look as good as she do when she turned 50. But we may not have known Kimmy's age until, that was put out there like that. But anyway, I'm just saying, I think that Kimmy started having some problems with Melody at that time, and that's when she called her bougie, and she was the one that started that whole mess, talking about on that girl porch, talking about getting all smart with her, talking about she was bougie and some other things she said. So Kimmy, I've always from the beginning side-eyed her.
I think that
now
was
let me give
Can
a
I jump in
caveat.
here?
act
Can I
though,
jump in here
because
on this right
remember
quick?
she.
Let
Oh,
me jump in here right quick. This is
go ahead,
Asia. What's
Asia.
up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
Hey, Asia.
Hey, how y'all doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, so when it comes to Kimmy, I don't feel like she's jealous of Mel. I feel like there may be a bit of regret in the decision she made to leave her career. Um, Age and what you're supposed to do at a specific age or cohort is a social construct. And if you're a secure woman, you don't care how old you are, you don't care how much you weigh. I will get older, but I will never be old. There is a difference for me. I'll tell you now that I'm 42, I'll be 43 this year. And there are females who wish they have lived and still live the life that I do live. But I think Kimmy is just regretful about her leaving her nursing position and going into real estate, and that not really taking off the way
Mm-hmm.
that she thought, or Maurice thought that it would, because that's not even something that he was really into. Now, there are a lot of people who were like, I watched a couple of reviews and they was like, oh, male attitude, it was wrong from the get-go, this, that, and the third and the other. Like, then why be there? Like, wait a minute, hold up, stop. If I consistently have people coming at me, like somebody said, the first 30 seconds of a scene that I'm nowhere around, and we've already made it perfectly clear on social media time and time again that I don't rock with you, then yeah, that's going to be my disposition. You're going to see it all over my face. And I don't care how you feel about it.
But I do want to give a caveat when it comes to Kimmy, because I did a video on this and I do feel like Kimmy is the biggest snake, and I don't take that. I still feel
You
that way
have
when it comes to Kimmy. But as far as her being jealous of her, that's where I disagree. I don't think she's jealous of Mel, but I do think that she do a lot of backhand things because she don't want her real truth to come out.
I think she straddles the fence because it's like she said it on the reunion last night. She's really not really good girlfriends with any of them on the show. But she said that
And
Mel
let me
is
say
a
this
friend
about
to her.
the jealousy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the
So
jealousy
she
part. I'm
said
not
that
saying that she's jealous. I'm sorry. Go on. Let
Oh,
me just say this about the jealous part about Kimmy. Remember, I said it's different from Letitia's. I think she's more jealous of Melody being able to get a divorce, go out there, have the 4 children, still rise up. Anybody can. I mean, maybe she's more intimidated by it. I don't know. But if she has a nursing career, she is a licensed nurse.
she's not
She can get
nursing
back in.
anymore. She retired from that.
She
She
can go back in
resigned
that
from
field
that,
at any time. Is all I'm saying.
but she hasn't done it. So that's why I'm saying I don't feel like there's regret there. I don't feel like there's, excuse me, jealousy there. I feel like there's some regret. Okay. Especially with her being diagnosed with triple negative cancer. Now, when it came down to Tisha and Kiki, that whole situation, it just, I was just like, okay, I'm confused as to what y'all your purpose is here, Kiki. When Marceau, and to me, it was a valid question. When Marceau asked Mel, how did she know what that other female was going to say? And she said, well, she told me, of course. Here's the thing, a person can tell you one thing off camera and turn around and say something different on camera. So you don't know what that person's going to say. And for me, how that was proven was when Kiki brought her butt on stage. And matter of fact, even before that, when they were in Bessemer at Wanda's food tasting, Kiki had the opportunity to air Marceau out, but she didn't do that. And I think the reason why she still didn't do that is because there's some of her dirty laundry that she doesn't want to be aired. So I have always said that if you have something on someone, say it. Do not sit up there and hold it in and be like, I don't know, you might want to check this. No, either you gonna say it or you just gonna shut up. It's one of the two.
Well, I know
And,
one thing. We'll see what comes out in that book that Mel is going to put out. Let's see what she puts out in that.
and it still may be ambiguous because
And
nobody wants to
it
get
could
hit
be.
with a defamation of character or libel lawsuit. So you're still gonna have proof of the stuff that you say.
Well, I think, in my opinion, and I respect others' opinions, and I'll stand on it. Like I said, I'm one of those people. I'll stand on the island all by myself. That's just who I am. But I say that Kimmy is jealous of Melody because at the time when season 1 started, she was still in nursing. And not only that, she came across as if Mel was never her cup of tea as a girlfriend
Yep.
anyway, because she threw the dagger about the galas. That was
Mhm.
Mel's thing. And fortunately, that being her thing has taken her to the great heights that she has achieved.
But I
But
think
that's the
Kimmy
business
had
that
to
Mel is
realize
in.
But I feel like Kimmy had to realize that that wasn't her character as far as hating on another woman. And I think that's why you see in the reunion that she had to go back and be like, yeah, we were talking about her. And yeah, because she was acting, but I don't think that was her nature as in I'm jealous of a woman. To me, I always took Kimmy as being confident and loving her position as being a nurse and a realtor as a part-time gig. I think she's always like that. She said it too many times how she loved being a nurse. She didn't want to stop doing that.
Mhm.
Her husband made her stop
No, she
doing it.
didn't.
So that's why I'm saying I don't
Right.
think she's jealous of her. But I do
But
Jealous.
think
let me
she's
say
Oh
a
this.
no,
snake
I don't
and
see it.
conniving because she was the side chick, allegedly, because she, are doing some things and talking to Mark on the side to make Melody look away because she don't want her real information out. I do agree with that. But as far as her being jealous because Mel is making money, I think she's always been secure in her spot as being a nurse.
No, I'm not saying it's just because of making money. I'm saying it's the whole picture. I mean, yeah, Kimmy. I'm just gonna say it like this: if Kimmy wanted to stay in nursing, she could have done it part time. That's just excuses. She really want to be in real estate. That's because now she talking about she got the only black title company. They all wanted to get in real estate the way Mel did. Mel told them, "Look, I want everybody to stay in their lane." They all wanted to jump over in the lane that Melody was in because they saw that what she was doing. They thought it was going to be easy for them, but it wasn't easy for them. It was easy for Mel because that was her lane. But they come trying to jump in her lane, and they did not stay in their own lane. That is what she was saying about the combat group.
But
Y'all in loan, y'all do loans, stay in that lane. But here they all are now. Now I'm a realtor. Now I got title company. They're all in that real estate game, and that's
But
nothing
we
wrong with
gotta
that.
And see,
remember
that's the
though.
problem with a lot of people in anything that they see people do. That's just like a perfect example. When people see people who are in great shape, they don't realize that there was work that had to be done to get to that point.
Yes.
Mel had to do work to get to where she is. So all
Yes.
people are looking at and they're focusing on is the end game, is what they see right now. The rigmarole that goes to getting to that point, nobody sees that road. Nobody thinks about that.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
are
thought
we
they were gonna
forgetting that
fast
Kimmy
track.
said she got her son through college because of being a realtor? Are we forgetting that part?
No, we're
So
not saying that. That's not what we're saying.
I don't think Kimmy is, oh, let me jump on the bandwagon of being a realtor because she over here doing it. Kimmy was already doing it.
Good
Right.
evening, good
Well,
But
afternoon,
I don't think
everybody.
that
I
Kimmy
don't think
wanted to
any of
do that.
them
I think she wanted
Kimmy
to
accomplishments
was
do
away.
nursing and do
Kimmy
it
was
part
like an
time like she was.
assistant director of nursing, so she already had money put away for her son. So being a realtor, same thing with that. Starting out, usually it's a part-time gig until you really start to get your name out there and people start recognizing you and knowing you for who you are. So
but
her
but
being on
Kimmy was an original
HGTV,
hater though.
Yeah,
that
she sure was.
I'm
Hi,
sorry,
everybody.
she just was. I'm not
This
saying
is
she jealous though. I don't think she was that. I think Kimmy is just can be a hater just by GP because I think that's her personality a little bit to be a hater. I don't think it really has anything specifically possibly to do with Mel per se. I think Kim might just be a low key hater because she always was calling Mel bougie, talking about her galas. She even admitted it. She said, I did. I talked about you. And she used to laugh at her, calling her the post queen. So that's kind of being a little bit of a hater. However, I don't think it had nothing to do with money because Kimmy had her own bag. She was a nurse and like you said, but I think she was pressured to leave her career. I do believe that by her
I agree with that too.
husband.
Hmm.
you
True.
know, listening to
she
all of
was,
you
because he
guys.
kept saying it. He didn't
Um,
want her to do nursing, so she resigned from her permission from her position, and she stated in her confessional that she resigned from her position.
Well,
Kimmy, I don't believe Kimmy is like we use that word hater for like if like you against something that's a hater. I don't think in the sense of the word what it actually mean that Kimmy is like that towards Mel. I believe Kimmy married into a family and that she has to like go along to get along with this family. And in the beginning of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Kimmy used to throw shade at Mel all the time. And then the bougie part, for me, bougie is not an insult. Bougie for me means standing apart, set apart. There's things that Mel liked to do. She was raised doing pageants. She was raised doing a lot of things these women wasn't raised doing. So in their eyes,
Remember that
okay,
Kimmy said
that's
it, but
good,
it
that's
was an
bougie.
insult.
And Kimmy did have a good job, director, nurse, whatever. However, I don't really believe she wanted to leave that job. I believe she was pressured into leaving that job because if you go back and remember when her and her husband Maurice, she wanted to open up something, and Maurice just her plans. She had plans for what she wanted to do, but Maurice just turned her plans all the way around.
The
Now,
discussion at Jalen's housewarming party, she wanted something different. He was talking about opening up a lounge or a restaurant.
exactly. It's like everything she wants to do is like he overrides it and stuff like that. And right now, Mel is a single woman and she's free to do whatever it is that she wants to do. She don't have to consult no husband, no significant other about what to do. And before Kimmy got married, she was, you know, kind of making it on her. She was making it on her own. She put her son through college. So and she
So
put
can I ask
Maurice
this
through
question?
college. And she
But
put Maurice through college. So I don't think she's jealous of Mel. I would say she's envious of Mel.
Can I ask a
well,
question?
when I felt like Mel was offended by the bougie because the way she came off as she perceived the bougie, which is the same way I do, is that you look down on people, that you think you're better.
But see,
And
I don't see bougie as being that. Sometimes you could say bougie. Now, I have a friend, and the way she introduced me to people, that is how, well, she's bougie. What's bougie?
Bougie
Because I
means
think,
that
what's
as
bougie?
far as I
Give me
heard,
the
bougie means
definition
looking
of
down
bougie.
on people. That's
Yeah,
how I've heard it.
that's what they
Yeah,
said on the patio.
that's the way
everybody,
Mel was offended by it.
everybody has a different definition as what bougie mean. That's their perception
But the
that
point
male
is,
is
Mel,
looking down on people.
Yeah,
That's the way.
but
If you
Mel was,
feel
but
less
she was
than,
offended by that though. It
Exactly.
wasn't a compliment when she said it to
Exactly.
Mel. It was an insult.
okay,
Exactly.
and it's the way that, just like I said before, it's the way that you can say that. It's a way that you can say any word that can offend a person, and that's the way Kimmy and Letitia meant for it to come off as a negative thing. That's the way they intended it. And just like someone said before, for me, anybody who know me and know that I be on these sometime on these panels, I don't like Kimmy. I do not care for Kimmy at all, because when you're in a situation, it seems like that situation should have um, mellowed you out a little bit. But if you could still throw stone and be messy and real messy and petty going through something, then that's just your nature anyway. Now that's my opinion. But it I think it's just more or less the family that Kimmy is married into, because when I watched that reunion last night, I saw a look that Kimmy was just like when she was trying to explain about the whole house parties. It was like she was so defeated. She looked so tired and so defeated. Looked like she was two shots to the wind.
That's because she should have sat that one out and let her husband answer it. But she
Thank
wanted
you.
The
That
to.
was
question
my
was
whole
directed
thought.
at
Like, stop
Maurice.
answering for this man and let him answer the questions himself.
See, that's what I said. That's what I said. I said, damn, let him answer the question. I want to really. And then when she was saying it was
But
like,
they do that to
girl,
each other. Y'all see how they do it to each other? Because he was answering the friend question for her with the male situation. It's like like the question was posed to your husband or your wife. Like, why are y'all answering for each other? That's how stuff can get misconstrued. Because clearly, the way
Right.
you thinking of Mel as a friend, Kimmy's not thinking that way of her as a friend. And like she said, no, we don't
oh,
go hang out. We not getting massages, but anybody with eyes can see when Kimmy made her announcement at that dinner, Mel came in there with an attitude because she had just got finished arguing with Dum Dum Martell, and he was there at that party. When she made that announcement, Mel started tearing up for real. That was not for the cameras. She was really hurt to hear Kimmy diagnosis. So I do think that she thought of Kimmy maybe not as a best friend, but I think she thought of Kimmy as somebody that she was cool with and that she might could trust a little bit. I believe that.
I've
and
always said, I've
mm.
always said that Mel has always been consistent in what her and Kimmy's friendship was. Look, we don't hang out all the time, but Kimmy was basically the only one that Mel checked in with outside of filming. So when I saw that interview, and for Kimmy to act that way on the stage, like how can you feel that way? Lady, you felt the way about what Maurice was saying because your body language said you felt that way.
Yeah.
You didn't like what he was saying in that interview. So you
But
should have
Exactly.
understood where Mel was coming from. But you got to be loyal to your husband while he's air fisting with Martell. Just remember
And
Right.
that.
it's sad. It's so sad that Kimmy has lost who she is as a person.
I agree.
She's lost
It's
herself.
crazy. These women think that being loyal to your husband means accepting their horrible behavior, and that's not loyalty.
Right. And I think also a lot of times, and I've seen it firsthand, depending like the family that you marry into, it's like someone said, you kind of like gotta go along to get along, or they start, like side eyeing you, like why aren't you agreeing with us? Like I feel like she's caught between, a rock in a hard place. And that's not cool. I wanted to say this about Tisha before I dropped off. I think if Tisha saw a video of Marceau banging some chick in their bed, she would still
She ain't
be
gonna believe
married
it.
to him. Okay, it doesn't matter. I
Mm-hmm.
understand where she's saying, like, I'm not going to sit here, for 4 years or, however long it's been nothing but rumors and rumors and rumors and rumors. For some women, at some point, you know what? I'm tired of hearing the rumors. So I'm going to separate myself from this situation because I don't want to wake up and be wondering where you are.
Mm-hmm.
That Africa trip, that right there was for me, it would have been a done deal. It would have been a done deal. There's no excuse for that whatsoever. But also with them being sued, I'm like, I don't believe he paid for that trip because you're being sued for 5.5 million. Lawsuits just don't happen overnight. It just may have just became public overnight, but they don't just happen overnight because, like he said, he was going through the lawsuit and all this stuff. You didn't show any pictures of anything else in and he was in what, South Africa?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't show as much culture and history that's there. You didn't
Right.
show anything else
Exactly.
except for that one picture of you. That's it. You didn't bring nobody back home. Like somebody said, a dashiki, you didn't bring nothing. A pot, nothing back home. That is a problem for me. But for Tisha, it's okay. And I feel like the reason why it's okay for her is because being married is the one thing that she feels puts her above everyone
No.
else.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And as
That
soon
I
as
do
she
agree.
loses that, she feels like she loses everything. She loses herself
Mm-hmm.
because so much of herself is tied into her marriage. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
again,
Mm-hmm.
like we've discussed before on the Silver Channel, this dude ain't even taking his son to get a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like
Say
that's
You
the
know,
it.
bonding time for men. Like, why should she be taking him?
exactly. But then she also plays herself. You talk about Mel, you dog Mel, but you supported Mel by buying the team wife shirt. So thank you for the profit behind that.
Right.
Then you turn around
I
and
mean,
you sitting up here and you make matters worse between you and Mel by talking to the side chick, buying stuff from the side chick's website. No married woman with any couth would support that.
Absolutely.
mm-hmm.
It's
So
true.
it's like with her, I just can't. And then the puppets, okay, from a psychological standpoint, brown skin girl, I know you'll understand this because I know you and Queen Sheba, y'all both like to come from the psychological perspective of stuff.
Yep.
So from a psychological perspective, you had these two puppets. The hairstyle that you had on Mel was what, season one and season two.
Yeah.
Mel has had several wigs since then. So that means your trauma started between season one and season two. And
Absolutely.
that's where you're stuck at.
That's where you're stuck. That's what I said in my video. She is
Mm-hmm.
literally stuck at the point where they had that conversation and they're sitting at the table and she says, "Your husband made some allegations about me, my husband having 20 girlfriends." That's the same hairstyle she had season 1 and season 2. That's
Exactly.
stuck there. She could have did the more relevant bob with the chains on,
You know
so
what I'm
people
saying?
still recognized who it was supposed to be. But she's stuck in season
Mm-hmm.
1.
She's stuck there.
That's where she went. That's the hairstyle she went for.
And
I
honestly,
feel like Tisha
that's a
stuck, period.
psychological fact. That is a psychological fact. Okay, that is a psychological fact that
Yes,
people are stuck wherever,
trauma.
whatever age their trauma
Yep,
started,
yep.
that's where they're stuck at.
Mhm.
So
You
that
know what the
can
whole thing
explain
is? I think it is
Marcel's,
with
Markel's behavior, huh?
the whole thing. I think it is with Tisha. Just like you said, okay, she's stuck. And I said this last night on another channel, or maybe it was the Silver channel. It goes back to season 1. Tisha Tisha wanted something from Mel that she didn't get from her mom. You know, it's exhausting. Even watching Tisha as a viewer is exhausting. As a sister-in-law, as a friend, as a wife, um, as anything
As
concerning
a
Tisha,
viewer.
and I say it as a viewer, it's exhausting. You know what would have been done for me when a man denied? I don't like to be denied. And when you deny me, when they went to Las Vegas, and she didn't even have a nerve to tell the man the reason why they were going to Las Vegas to renew your vows. This man just out and out said he ain't gonna do it and didn't do it. That for me, when you deny me and the mother of your children and who's
I
supposed to
agree.
be your life
I
partner,
agree.
you
You're right.
denied that. No, I'm not going to do it. And then
You're right,
you do
Marie.
that. Then you go to Africa.
Let
Then
me just
you
say
get
this. I don't think that she's stuck. I think what it is she's jealous, very envious, hatred, and bitter. And the reason she went back to that hairstyle is that because those hairstyles were really not good hairstyles on Melody. The Melody has upped her game quite a bit. So why didn't she put her hairstyle that she have now? She don't want her to look good. She don't want her to be seen in a positive out want
Well,
people to see her
well,
in a positive way. She want people to see her with that blonde hair and the and in the top and short hair and all that. That's how Tisha,
I think
because
Melanie
Tisha
looked like
I
a
It
like
didn't.
boss
Mel.
with
It
that
I
didn't
like
look
Mel with
like
hairstyle.
her
that.
blonde hair.
Now,
that
Melody
was
was
beautiful.
That was her
beautiful.
best hairstyle.
That was
Yes,
She
it
It
looked like a
was.
was,
Yeah,
boss.
that
yes.
was a nice
yes.
hairstyle.
but
To
my
me,
I
thing
don't
is
like
that
this:
her without
hairstyle
on
was
wigs.
Tisha's
that
not the
let me
hairstyle was
one
just
that's
let
been
me
classy.
just finish
talking.
this statement though.
One at
What
a
I'm saying
time.
is Letitia, in her view, in her eyes, Melody hairstyle back then did not look good. But now Melody has upped her game. She's jealous and she just want people to see Melody in a negative light. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, that is the way she want people to see her. She keep calling her, dark hearted and the devil and all of this foolishness. Tisha is not stuck
That's just too
anywhere.
much of a
Tisha knows
burden.
exactly what she is doing.
That's too much of a burden for one person to carry.
Thank
Tisha
Mhm.
you.
That's true.
Tisha is so burdened down. Mel goes to sleep at night. Mel don't get on
Exactly.
the phone and call her mama and have a conversation about Tisha or Marceau. And Marceau and Tisha house, there's
Mel,
always a conversation that's going on about Mel. Then I'm gonna
Mel
question
lives
my husband. Why is you always talking to me about this woman? Why is you
exactly.
always taking up for this woman?
Mel
Why
lives
every
rent
time I turn
free in
around,
her
you talking
head.
about Mel, Mel, Mel?
That's what
Rent
she
free.
should have did
But
in
that,
that bedroom
but
scene when he was laying down there
Exactly.
thinking about
She,
exactly.
herself.
she is so burdened that she's burdened down by her mom. Now to have a mama like Wanda and then
Don't
even when
speak on it, Maritha. Speak on it. Speak
and
on
then
it.
with Kiki and how Kiki said when they were growing up and when they were going to college, Tisha is needy. I know needy women. They just got to have somebody. They don't care how he treating them, what they doing, long as I got him. That's mine, and I'm gonna keep him. And see, that's the way it is with Tisha. I don't never say
Mhm.
I never would want to see a home broken up, or a wife walk away from a husband, or a husband walk away from a wife. That's why I never speak on them two people marriage, because Tisha ain't going. No, I don't care what we say. The world coming to an end tomorrow, girl. You need to walk away from that, because that's the only way you gonna make it. No, Tisha is gonna stay there for the simplest fight is her mama. Girl, you got a good man. Long as he coming home to you at night, he got a good job. Who gonna want you with all them children? That's her mama.
Yeah.
Now
But
then
Marisa, we
Marcel
know
said,
that that's fine though. But what I'm saying at this point is Letitia know exactly what she's doing to Melody. She can do whatever she want to
of
do with
course
Martell.
she know.
But what I'm saying, okay, listen. All I'm saying is Tisha she might have some mama problem, but she always talking about, well, I'm spoiled. Tisha spoiled. Tisha spoiled. Tisha wants attention. Tisha knows exactly
That's
what
what
she
I'm
is doing.
saying. See,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying.
time
See,
I'm
out.
not.
and see,
That's
you
what
Mel is
people
not
need.
giving her what it is that she so desperately needs. She want them to. If Mel just had to say one thing to Tisha last night, Tisha would have had an orgasm.
Her
I
and
kind
But
of
she's
believe
Marcel.
very
that because
clever.
she was doing that with Kimmy, because Kimmy kept saying, Kimmy got to the point where she was like, Tisha, I don't know what else you want from me, because it's almost like she's
Exactly.
like very needy in a
She's needy.
relationship.
What she
She
doesn't
And
get from
needs
Marceau,
counseling.
she expects from everybody else. Because
that's it.
Marceau doesn't pay
That's
her
it.
any attention. She wants her friends to always be around her, and
She
they got their
demands it.
lives going. It's like,
Yeah,
no. But
No,
Tisha,
it's her way or
I
the
think
highway. That is just how she
Wayne,
is.
yeah,
It's
she's
that
loyal.
it's her way or the highway. It's not that she needs anyone because she and let her tell it. She has built her whole house, her whole life around Marceau. So but what she does to other people is out of pocket.
Right.
And her
Mel
mom,
I have
said
they're
to.
out.
she expects loyalty, but she's not loyal back. She's needy. She's a brat, and Mel lives rent free in her head. I think
Exactly,
she
Yes,
exactly.
because nobody
Absolutely.
has no reasonable, rational person has the mental real estate to dedicate to someone who is that needy. We have
right,
our own needs, okay? I
right.
need her to go look at Maslow's hierarchy. Honey, you were
Thank
not
you.
on my list
You're not
of
on my.
things that
Yes.
I have to give a damn about. You're not there,
Hmm.
You
okay?
know what,
And if you
y'all?
want, if
I'm in
she
that
wants to,
same position right now, and I'm dreading. I just happened to pick up my phone, and you know, Tay Talk by Tay Talking was on. I am dreading calling this woman because she invited me out. And this is a friend that it's like sometimes I feel like stroking her ego, or sometimes I just feel like saying, just shut the F up. I'm sick of your mouth. I'm sick of you, my this and my that. And I said yesterday, I said, well, she invited me. And I said, well, I got to do my hair, and, I need to do laundry, not because it's the new year, because all my laundry, piled up. And she go, oh girl, I don't even know how to run my washer because my husband, he do all of that. Then I said, oh God, here we go again. So now I didn't. She invited me somewhere last night. I did not go because I did not want to go. I needed a mental break from everything and everybody that's not in my circle. So that means I did not want to be bothered with you last night. I did not want to hear about nothing that you got going on, what you got, what you could get. I just did not want to hear it because I would have said something that I meant, but it would have came out in a mean and hateful way. So now I'm not, it's not that I'm dreading. It's just I'm not looking forward to it because I know she has an attitude. So now the other little friend that we three friends, she just don't have a backbone that can stand up to this woman. And I'm saying, and my daughter said, Mom, you just, you intimidate people sometimes. Maybe, I said, girl, I just don't have the patience for that kind of stuff. So, I'm glad in a way, Taste, y'all saved me from this phone call that I know I got to make later. So I can understand going through that with her, what it was for Mel and Kimmy to go through that with Tisha. So I understand that part.
Well, I'm gonna say this to about what
Mhm.
Hannah said. I'm gonna backtrack on what Hannah said about Mel's hair. I thought it was nice, like some of the other panelists had said, but also that was around the time that Jay Bolin pick Mel up because this relationship with him and her didn't just start. So I think she's always carried herself very well. And to piggyback on something that you said, Maritha, um, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Mel also stick up for Tisha when they were in Vegas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yup.
She sure
So,
enough
you
did.
know, to say that Mel has a black heart, I think number one, she's human. We all have our faults, but I think
Mhm.
she has a really good heart because she has a very giving heart. You know, when you find, especially in our community, people who reach their hand out and pick other people up, and they're not trying to get credit for it, they just want to see us as a people be successful. That's a person with a good heart. And see, Tisha has closed off her mind to all the good things that Mel is
Done.
with
Yeah.
her hatred,
Mhm.
because I think if she would allow herself, because like you all were saying, she's so needy. If she were to allow herself, she doesn't realize the blessing that she missed in the sisterhood that she could have had with Melanie.
That's because she doesn't have any emotional intelligence. That's why.
Mm. Oh
And when you
wow.
sit here
She
and
needs
you tell
Ooh, that was
counseling.
somebody,
harsh.
you say to someone that they have a black heart, explain. Give me an example. How do I have a black heart?
Exactly.
I'll
Tell
wait.
her.
And she
I'll
could
wait.
not, and she never gave an example of how Mel had a black heart. So
She
Right.
be
didn't.
cognizant. Think before you speak.
Right. But the
Because when you say that I have a black heart and you can't give me examples, I'm gonna give you examples of how I helped you and how I was there for you. The
yes,
same
time.
thing with Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
See,
give you.
this
You
is my
said I wasn't a
problem.
good friend. I'm about to read you and tell you exactly how I was a good friend to you, and I'm gonna shut you up.
I would have came
So
with
the
every
next
receipt. I would have came with
everything,
every receipt.
everything.
And I
It's no
agree with
holds barred. It's
Tisha.
no holds barred.
Yeah, Tisha just repeats what she hear other people say, and that's all it is. Tisha doesn't have a mind for herself because you're so right, Asia. She should have followed up by explaining how she has a dark heart and a dark
She
soul.
couldn't.
I
She
would love
couldn't.
But this is my problem with
it
Letitia.
because
Letitia
that's
is
the
not
thing.
Letitia.
She cannot back what she's saying because even like the last person said, when they were in Vegas, it was Mel that was taken up, like she's trying to do something kind and for you guys, why can't you do it? And if you guys remember, Tisha shut her down there too, talk about some, I'm fine, I can handle myself, or something she said along those lines.
Yes, listen, this is my
Every time
problem with Letitia. Letitia knows exactly what she's doing. The problem with Letitia, and I hate to say this, is that she is the evil one. She is doing everything
oh
she
yeah,
can to make this woman look bad. And
yeah,
then people talk about, well, she needs her mama. She wants attention. No, she is just flat out evil to me and allegedly. But
She
that is
just
her
like her
problem.
mama.
Hatred,
She just
bitter,
like her mama.
evil. Sorry.
You know, the thing with Letitia is when she was saying all of that about Mel, I saw her. She was just reflecting and projecting. That's what she was doing. Because everything she was saying about Mel, she was
Yep.
describing herself.
Herself. Yep.
And she is so, she is so delusional at this point. When she was saying all that stuff about she evil and dark, and she was saying it with such venom that she
Hmm.
really meant that from the depths of her
Hmm.
soul. And it
With
almost
hate.
got to the point where I said, this lady really hate this lady for real.
Yeah.
She
And
Yeah.
that's
really
why
hates
Mel kept
Mel. And
laughing.
she is so far into her hate, her dislike for Mel, that she don't even realize. Sometimes when you say, well, I'm gonna do right. When I see this person, I'm not gonna even let them phase me. But the moment that you see that person, all them affirmations and
It's
all of that
out the
go
window.
out the window.
so
And that's the way I feel like it is. Whenever when they got invited to that Galentine thing, everybody dressed real, kind of nice. And what's she coming there in? Shorts,
Just like
t-shirt.
Street
What
Fighter
was she
Ready
coming
Barbie,
to
there?
fight.
She coming
like
there.
Tia
She
Simone
wanted. She
said.
wanted to fight, and Mel didn't. Mel just sometimes Mel feed into it, and sometimes Mel just don't feed into it. And it's at the point now Mel just don't feed into that no more, and that makes her so furious. Why don't you see me? You hear me saying this stuff about you, and you're not gonna. And just like how Mel was last night, and when she was saying, how Mel got a dark heart, Mel was just sitting there and said, "Oh, really? For real? Poor thing."
Yeah.
Mel
Yeah,
having a
poor
conversation.
little Tank Tank.
Yeah,
Poor
poor,
little Tank
you
Tank.
poor little Tank. Are you having a breakdown again?
Right.
That's how Mel was looking at her, and that was making her more. When she went out there and got them puppets, she thought that was a moment.
Oh, she thought it was. Oh,
You
Yep.
She
heard when she
thought
told
that was
Carlos,
a
"Let me
I
moment,
have
was
my
and
like,
moment."
girl,
she confused everybody.
she did.
Then
She
she
confused me.
she
I'm
she
not gonna
she
lie.
she going backwards and forth, and right then I knew that it don't take too much more success for Mel to push this woman over a cliff. And you
But
saw how her husband did, just sat there and looked like this.
right.
This
But
bitch
you know
done
what?
lost
But
her mind.
you
And then
saw
look
who
at
was
Maurice,
laughing
how
with his
he just
obnoxious
laughing,
laugh.
and then Kimmy
Most
looking like
definite.
whatever buzz Kimmy had going on. She looking at this girl like, this girl done blew my high. Look at this fool. What is? And Tisha thought she was really, really doing something at that moment. And I'm sitting here looking, I'm saying, Lord, I'm so confused. What
yeah,
was
she
really
was
happening?
feeling herself at the reunion. That's for certain.
And here's the thing about it. If you and Kiki were so close and y'all were trying to rekindle, your family bond or whatever, that right there, for me, we're done. I'm about to spray you with all of your stuff because it was unnecessary. But something else that I realized too, when people don't have stuff going on in their lives, that's what they do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
They
Speak,
do
agree.
stuff like
Aisha.
The
that. They
devil's
don't have stuff
playground.
going on in their lives. That's what they do.
Speak. You
There
better
are a lot of
But
people. I watched the review today where somebody was like, they all shade each other. And yes, they do all shade each other. Mel shades them, they shade Mel. But what people are looking at when you get granular with it is the amount of time between when one of the Scotts says something, Martell says something, or Tisha says something, and the amount of that stuff that goes on before Mel actually
respond.
responds.
That.
mm-hmm.
So so I understand both sides of it. Okay. So there are reviewers who are just like, I mean, some people are just, you know, it's just too much. But there are some reviewers that need to understand, like, okay, well, if somebody is bothering you, you ain't said nothing to them, and they kept bothering you, and this has probably happened to people in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you snap, who's to say no one can tell you how to respond to someone who's
Exactly.
been bothering you, who's been
Exactly.
bullying you?
You have to accept whatever you get because you dished it first.
Yeah, for
So now
every
that you
Period.
action,
respond,
there's a
tell me
reaction.
how to
I'm not
respond.
mentioning you. If I'm
Yeah.
not mentioning you, I'm not thinking about you. I don't drop any subliminals. I'm not doing anything except for promoting my product. But every time I turn around, you're doing a live. Your mama doing a live. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
doing a live. Your husband, one of his raggedy brothers, is saying
Mm-hmm.
something about me. Dudes that I don't even interact with that aren't even on the show.
Facts.
It's deep
How much am
rooted.
I supposed to take as a person before I just unleash on all of you?
Everybody. And not to mention, you made a great point. It's not just one person. It's not Tisha and Mel going back and forth. It's Tisha. It's Marceau. It's Maurice. It's Micah. It's Wanda. It's Martell. It's that's a good like 5 to 6 people attacking one person. And so when she finally gets enough and she's like, you know what, let me let y'all have a little bit. Now it's well, she says something. So what? What you expected her to do? Just sit there and keep getting attacked? No.
Okay. For
She
every
said, "My
action, there's a
daddy," and
reaction.
he friendly.
Exactly, and that's the reason why we had I came up and said something that they was attacking her in the chat because she was sitting up with the stank face. And I'm like, do y'all realize how much fire this woman has been under? And that everybody up there has had nothing nice to say about this woman. And the main person that's leading the pack is the person she was married to for 14 years. Like, that's a lot to deal with. Because his goal in life is
Mhm.
always going to be to make her look bad because he looked like a piece of crap going out there and dealing with a skanky. I got so many names for her. I'm just gonna move past that. But dealing with that witch and having a baby and a whole nother family and really just diminishing his light altogether, where he's now just a
Mhm.
regular dude. I mean,
Um,
and then-
Sad.
and then he leads the pack to attack her, and they're all too willing to attack her because they're so mad because her star shines so bright. It's like when Melody walks in the room, she like the sun, and they can't stand it. She can't help it that she got the it factor. She
Right.
just can't. If y'all watch that interview with that dude, Carlos said Melody is just it. He was like, I'm a card carrying mellometer. And he said, and I'm sorry. He said, but I do try to look at things fair. He said, but they are all mad at her because they aren't her. That's it. There's no other explanation. He was like, I have watched this show since season one, day one, episode one. And he said, and every time, he said, I ain't saying that she don't do her stuff because she does. He said, but 99% of the stuff that Mel do is in retaliation.
Yep.
She responds. She's responsive, but they always forget that part. Just like if y'all think about how Carlos phrased that question to Mel last night about the friend thing, right? They left out the part that he had said something about her first. That's why she said, considering he's the least relevant on the show, that
right.
was a response.
Exactly.
But they
'Cause
forget all of that.
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
I'm
All they
being
see is her
sad.
responding, but it was in response because Carlos has said in the nightcap, "What do you think about Maurice saying that you're the center of all the drama in the group?" So he was the one that was talking trash first,
He
but
threw
About her.
shade.
God
Yep.
forbid Mel responds. God
Yep.
forbid she has something to
Just
say.
just to piggyback off what Asia said about how much can she take and stuff like that. And I do that. I cannot stand when some of the content creators do say that. They say like they all do this. They need to stop. No, it ain't no they because she's
Right.
responding finally. Like
Right.
with
To
that stuff with her and
like 6
Martell, when her
people.
and Martell had that back and forth on Instagram in
Woo,
August, and they was
preach.
like, they both need to stop. They need to. No, it ain't no day because
Hmm.
he
It's
been
I
him.
picking,
agree.
It's
picking,
him.
picking, picking, picking. And when he
Yep.
attacked her motherhood like blatantly, she was like, "Okay, it's go time."
Yep.
Right.
So whenever
Yep.
Noah
she
was
responds, they always come out. Oh, they need to stop. They no, it ain't no they.
No.
Right.
They
It's
They
both
him.
always
messy.
go, they
It ain't
always
no
throw, they
they.
both
Mhm.
throw shade. They both throw shade.
Yeah,
No, they do not. Mel
no,
is responsive to their attacks.
For
exactly.
every action, there is a reaction.
facts.
Exactly. I always say they pay attention to the reaction more than the cause of the reaction.
But
Exactly.
Exactly.
They,
yeah, the
She,
and she
problem
just came
is,
out and
And then
said
you
it.
yeah.
and
but
you
the
can't tell
problem that they
somebody how
have is
to
that Melody
respond.
come back so sharp and strong on them that they get embarrassed, and then
Then
they
it
tuck
turns
their
into
tails in
right.
their, tuck their tails because she comes
I
strong
hear
because
it too.
she thinks about what
Right.
she's saying. She thinks about it before
It's
she
just like a
responds.
child getting consistently bullied at school. They don't come home. You see your child coming home, they quiet. There's something about their disposition that's different. They're not talking, they're not saying anything. Because a friend of mine, his son went through that. He would come home, he would still play or whatever. What happened? He went to school one day, the boy kept bothering him, he bust that boy in his face. Oh, now
Yep.
my kid is the problem? Where
Right.
were you as the teacher?
Right.
We
And
didn't
that's the
already,
Hmm.
that's
thing.
right. What? We didn't already had this problem. We didn't
Right.
already had this conversation. My child is not the problem. You need to check that kid. Okay,
Right.
because that child, I think he bit him. I was like, yo, y'all, you doing too much. You cannot do something to me and then continuously do something to me and I don't say
react.
anything to you. I let you do. I'm gonna let you sit there and make a complete ass out of yourself. And then when I flip on you, everything that you said and make you look stupid, now I'm the bad guy. No, you shouldn't have started
Exactly.
something you couldn't have finished.
Exactly.
And when Martell came out there using them kids, that was it. That was it
Oh,
for
Mel was
me.
done. Yeah.
She
That's the thing. They never correct him when he's doing his thing. Just like you're saying, Asia. They never say anything when Martell's starting trouble. But the moment Mel responds, now it's, oh, you guys are going too far. Oh, don't do this. Oh, this now it's a reaction to what she
Mel
has to
shouldn't
say.
give him no
and you
Just like
notice
in Vegas.
you
Just like
notice
Just
in
like in
Vegas.
Vegas. I was just about to say that. Just like in Vegas.
you notice on the reunion how quickly Tisha was willing to point out how badly they go back and forth with one another. They forget, like Tay said, when Martell picks, when he put out the information about what happened with Tank, well, when he lied about what happened to Tank, he's taken so many digs at this woman, and the one time she finally responds, everybody got an issue with it.
Mm.
Yep.
He
Hey,
did a
Layla.
smear campaign against the mother of his
La la. I'm
children.
sorry.
But you
Hi,
know what?
ladies. Happy New Year.
I always wondered
Hi,
what
love.
reaction, what do you want this woman, what do you want her to do? What do people want her to do? Give me the picture of what it is that you want her to do. Because people are just like everybody's saying, they when they come for her, she don't come to them, they send for her by the way that their actions. And just like you said, for every action there is a
Yeah.
reaction. And then and sometimes I know with me, for me, I give people warnings. I tell them, you look, I'm gonna walk off right now and I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna let you know, if you walk behind me, if you say anything else, all bets are off. Because I know me, my mouth is a lethal weapon. And I don't care what
Period.
come out. I don't care how it come out. I don't care who gonna get hurt. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your child. I don't care. So now if you don't want me to come for you, don't come for me. And I don't understand what it is that they want from Mel. We seen how they constantly attack her, and then their feelings get hurt when she say what she says to them.
They don't want her to. They want her to shut up, like
Yes, read
Martell
that
tell
super
her to
chat.
do.
Read, because I
They
noticed it.
want her to. They want her to say that they want her to be perfect. But when she acts imperfect, they're like, she ain't perfect. She ain't perfect. Y'all think she perfect. Yeah, when she responds, that means she's not perfect. Okay, let's clear that up. Okay, so thank you,
Uh-oh.
Sensibility Speaks, for the $9.99 super chat. For those of you who saw Carlos's recap interview, did y'all notice Carlos' face when the guy Dustin said Mel is the show? And that's on P and your mammy, Carlos.
L- Let
And
me tell you, he was pissed, y'all.
I'm not done. We got
God.
Money.
thank
Money.
you, sensibility. Let me let Travel. I thought that
Hi,
was you up
ladies.
here
Happy New
asleep.
Year.
Hey Lala,
Girl,
what's up?
girl,
Hey,
now,
Happy New
Lala.
Year, ladies.
Hi,
La
Happy New
Lala.
la, what
I
up,
2020.
love her
mama?
Hi,
accent.
Great
Lala.
blessing years. Hello, hello.
I
Hopefully,
love
we're
your
all blessed and
accent.
healthy this year.
Yes, you
YouTube,
too.
YouTube. Thank
Health
you.
wise, I saw the reunion, ladies. Let me just tell you something. I stayed up and I was like, what was that? First of all, can I just say, I am truly, truly so proud of Mel. So proud of her. She came in looking like a goddess, number one. A
Mm-hmm.
goddess. And you can see the hating ass chicks on those sofas. You could see it. I don't know. Bless Kimmy, she's sick. We're not gonna, say anything nasty about her. However, she just looked like a $2, you know what? You
Ooh,
lot can finish the
ooh,
rest of the sentence.
Okay.
ooh.
She just looked cheap to me. For her age group to come out dressed like that, I thought was a bit too cheap for me. However, if you flip it, I understand what she's going through. So she wants to, enjoy herself, enjoy this body before going through the surgery and everything, which is understandable. But there is a classier way to do that for me. That's
Yes.
just my opinion. And
Agree.
Tisha, just as usual, ghetto, mess, ugly. Like, she's a beautiful black woman. Don't get me wrong. But it never comes together for her in outfit wise. It really doesn't. No matter, I just feel like if you're ugly inside, no matter how beautiful you look, it's always gonna be ugly. And I just felt like her makeup just did not go together. It didn't match the hair. She just looked like those, those flipping dancers in the 60s. Those kind of. It was a mess. And her husband looked like,
Fashion faux pas Barbie.
yeah, she just looked a mess. And her husband, I'm sorry, he looked like he just picked up any suit from the store. He looked cheap. Like, I'm thinking, hello, like, did you not get the vibe? Like a black tie? Why are you coming in pale gray, blue? Like, he just looked ugly as always, like fat and ugly. And that's my opinion on that guy. I can't
My
stand
pet
that
monster.
disgusting fool. He just really irks me. That's in terms of fashion wise. But Mel, she sat there with her face. I know people are saying she had a stank face on, attitude, boo. You are lucky I didn't come in guns blazing. If I was Mel, I would have lit that whole stage up. And I would have just left it. I would have left that bomb and just walked off. Because I'm sorry, after what they put that woman through, they are lucky she got a stank face. They are lucky. That's the least she could have given them. Because at the end of the day, you've got 8 people on that sofa. No, actually, you've got 6 people on that sofa, or 5 of them, ganging up on one woman. Then you got the side chicks in the back coming back to gang up on her. That says a lot. And you expect something from her. You expect her to clap for you.
Right.
Who did you clap for? All her accomplishments, who clapped for her? Nobody. They didn't think she was going to make it. They really thought she was going to be sitting at home crying. You can't listen. As women, when we go through things, we are someone that we have like a box, and we just put it in that box and we'll deal with it when the time comes. It's like a trauma. When we go through things, we brush it aside and we'll deal with it when the time comes, when we have the energy to. Mel got on that and she worked her ass off because she had to provide for 4 kids because that broke ass Negro ain't doing nothing. So she knew she had to do something. So she went out there, worked, she hustled, used her connections. Like, her master classes are selling out. She's got amazing skincare. Now she has to do what she has to do because she's a provider. She realized she has to provide. At the end of the day, they're not doing anything. That man is not doing anything. You really thought a black woman is going to sit and cry? No. As women, we, especially black women, we don't get the chance to cry. Maybe a day or 2. But we always have to pick it up because it's always us. Everything's always on our shoulders. So she did what she had to do. And I'm so proud of her, the way she conducted herself. I know a lot of people are throwing hate on her online, saying she's that stank face. She's so bitter. She's jealous. There is
Yeah, they
nothing
coming
to
for
be
our girl,
jealous.
Lala. They
Yeah,
coming for
they
her.
really did.
I didn't
They
see
did. I
all of
just
that
seen
because
it
I sure
online.
I'm telling y'all, we look. I'm like we gotta swarm. They are coming for Mel, y'all.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
see
saw it. I
that.
saw it. I saw it
Wow.
online. There was a couple of videos on YouTube I saw this morning while I was cleaning up and stuff. And I was just like, are these people for real? Are they watching what we're watching? We watched a woman go through so much and she had nobody in her corner. None of them were in her corners. They were giggling behind her back, cussing her out about her man, making comments about her guy having a side chick for 3-4 years, matching cars and having a baby on. She had nobody but God on her side, bless her heart. And she came out winning. And that's what happens when you win in life. You're gonna get haters. And bless her heart, it's online hate and it's real life hate. And she's got both of them. I was so proud of her. And Kimmy, I know she's sick, and I pray for her good health. I really do. I hope she overcomes her cancer. I really hope she gets well. But she really irritated me because you ladies know I don't like her. I never did. I never will. What pissed me off was, Mel is a good friend to you. You allowed your husband to sit there and say she's not your friend. And Mel's saying our friendship is between you and me. It's not between him. Is he a bitch? Is he a Mitch? What is he? Why is he involving our friendship? Why is he involved in it? All Kimmy had to say, well, she is my friend. when I was going through what I was going through, she sent me flowers. She did this checkup. She did this texting. She sent me food, and he admitted it in the end. Did you see in the end? He had to admit it.
Yeah, I
She
seen
did all
that.
of that.
Yep.
So why did you have to go on that interview? Because it's the same period. Why did you have to go on the interview and act like she wasn't her friend?
Right.
Right.
They
What was
have
that to
a
even say?
conspiracy against this woman. Do you
Well, I
understand?
think
They
the
have a
thing is
narrative.
yeah, I think what it was, if I remember right, and I could be wrong, the interview happened before before Kimmy found out or was diagnosed. But that just goes to show how you're putting your mouth before, or what they say, putting the cart before the horse. You running your mouth and you don't know what you're talking about, because she showed, and when you're going through something, that's when you see who's really for you. She showed,
Facts.
Mel showed that she was a
Facts.
true friend. So now
And
this
Mel
is
is a
why
good
he's trying to
friend.
double back. You remember there was a post on social media where he was defending Mel, talking about, well, I guess she decided to be in the career that she chooses to be in, wants to be successful in, or whatever the case may be. Now you look like a fool. Now you're trying to take up for her because you look like a complete fool from what you said earlier, talking about she wasn't Kimmy's friend. She showed and proved. She showed
She
who
sure did. She
she
sure
showed
did.
she the
And
true
that's
friend.
what's annoying about it, is that they have this narrative
You got
and they're
money.
trying to paint it out. They have this narrative about Mel, and they want to paint
Yes.
it out like she's the bad person. Like, look at
Yes.
us. We are a group. We are a team. We all get along. She's the cause of the problem. No, you guys are the cause of the problem, because she does
Exactly.
not react to you guys until it
Exactly.
gets to the breaking point. So what are you trying to do here? You're trying to turn a hate train on this poor woman. I'm not
Exactly.
going to stand for it. I hate bullies. Like, in life,
Me too.
I
Yes.
hate bullies, and I'm not going to allow these people to paint this narrative of that woman. So Kimmy, she been lost anyway, but that episode showed how manipulated she is and how she's going to stand by her man by any means necessary. You go
Yeah.
ahead, but it's going to break down. You're going to break down one day, because it's going to all break in front of you. That guy ain't nothing but a lying, cheating asshole, like they
Bum.
all are.
Mhm.
Martel confirmed it, said we all got secrets and we keep it amongst each other. That confirms to you, honey, your man is doing something. And if
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you guys don't want
That
to
they
open
gotta
your
keep
eyes and
in.
see it, exactly. Martel is showing everything. He's telling them, but they don't want to hear it. Why? And I've said this before. The reason why they're acting the way they're acting, Tisha and Kimmy, they know their men cheat and they allow it. But the status of being married is more important to them than their men cheating.
Preach.
Because Kimmy is a successful woman. She can leave that man and she'll be fine. However, Tisha can't. Bless her, everything's in her name. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. So I'm just saying,
It's in her
they
name, but
know
she
their
don't know
man
how to
cheat.
run it. It's in her
Yes,
name, but she
Exactly.
don't know how to run it.
she
So
don't know
her and
nothing because she
Marco,
can't
they
make up
need
her
Exactly.
each
name either.
other.
She didn't even know the
And she
property
can't
they
make up her
own as a
mind.
collective.
Oh, y'all forgot. Remember, Anonymous had looked it up with whose name was on what because of the lawsuit. Tisha's name isn't on that paperwork. It's Marceau.
Okay, wait a
Mm.
minute. Before you get into that, Asia, let me super chat.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Thank you, Austin Alexander, for the $20 super chat. This is a really good live, Tay. Thank you, Austin. And guess what? We
We
got
got
Thank you. Okay, go ahead, Asia. Now, what anonymous look up?
No, remember we were on De Silva's channel and we were doing the chat and we had looked it up. It was me and Anonymous and we was like going through it because we were like, okay, the company, we saw the company had got bought out. Marcel tried to sue the company that bought Scope for like 6 figures, and then they countersued for 5.5. But Tisha's name was not on any of the paperwork.
mm.
But Tisha
Interesting.
is 90% owner of Scope, so she's liable for it as well. But that it wasn't they sold the company; it was they built a Zen Gardens, and Zen Gardens is countersuing them.
And I didn't like the fact that Tisha referenced that he was going through so much because of that lawsuit. He had to go to Africa. And that's when I said, girl, you delusional. You listen to
Spending
anything this
money when
man
y'all
says
about
to
to be
you.
paying out money.
Yeah. Well,
It
Marceau
doesn't make
shot himself
sense.
in the foot because if you listen to him when he said, "Yeah, I had that, and then I had Uptown, I had Black." So you were
Restaurant.
focusing on your own stuff instead of building the property in which you was getting paid to build.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's an idiot. He literally is giving these people day by day. He's giving them more ammunition to use against
Yep.
him in court. He really is.
And
He's
don't
not
forget,
playing smart at
they
all.
also took out all of those PPP loans too. Somebody pulled that information up too.
Yeah,
Two
they
of
had
them.
two
But
PPP
it was
loans.
forgiven though. I saw that it was forgiven. Those
I
Yeah,
PP
think
loans were
I
one
know
was
forgiven.
one of them
forgiven.
was.
One. Yeah,
Yeah,
one.
but if you got those loans illegally or not justifiably, they could go back and take that
Yeah.
And you
money
know
back.
people
They
gonna
are
report
opening
them.
Oh,
cases up.
oh yeah.
You know
Yep.
people
It
gonna
was
report them.
given
They
illegally.
extended that investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Can I
extended that
ask you
thing for the
guys
PPP
something?
people.
Did you guys notice that Tisha, all her answers were centered to Mel?
Yep.
It was Mel that did this. It was Mel
Yeah,
that did this. It wasn't Mel the one that got our photos published? Wasn't it Mel that didn't you say everything was deflected? She wasn't answering no questions other than the
yeah,
fact that I believe my husband. He's don't cheat. But why is every deflection and every answer you have Mel? That shows
yeah.
you Mel lives rent free in her head. That shows you she will never rest until she gets Mel. And she will never get Mel because Mel is not going to fall for her.
It was the fact that
Mel
they
wasn't
sat
even
there and
answering nothing.
acted
She was
like,
just sitting there.
yeah, it was the fact that they acted like we didn't watch Black Titanic pull up those records. She literally
Exactly.
sat on
Yeah,
YouTube and pulled up the records, but you gonna blame Mel.
yeah.
And they
Yeah,
know
but
that
this is
because
why
they
she
said they
needs.
threatened to sue her. They
They
threatened to
blame
sue
Mel
Black
for
Titanic.
everything.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And I'm over that. And I think all the viewers can agree they're over this blaming thing. But Carlos ask the right questions. However, their answers was not finished. It was unfinished answers they gave. And I didn't understand that. Like, why did you not rebuttal them? Like, why did you not say, excuse me, why don't you complete this? I've asked you something, finish it. He didn't do that. He's always
Exactly.
letting them pass. He acts like, yeah, he's
Exactly.
on the viewer's side. I'm going to ask the questions. But you keep giving them a pass. And that's what's annoying to us.
He sat there and let Marceau overtalk Mel.
Yep,
Yeah,
he sure
yeah,
did.
and he looked like an
Never
idiot.
went back.
Did you see his face when Marcel's
But I
talking
have a
over, talking
question.
her,
I
over
have a
talking her?
question. What about when Tisha admitted that Martell had sent her
Receipt.
stuff about Marceau, but then she went back to saying that the girl Alonda called her crying, saying she don't know why Mel was doing this. Did you say Martell sent you that stuff too?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and see,
But
I
you
don't
want to
that
know
phone
something,
call
Tay?
thing doesn't make sense to me. Why would another female call you and say, "Yo, I apologize for
How
sleeping
she
with
get
your
your
man"?
number? How she get your number?
Okay, that too. That Mel. I don't know why my friend would offer me $5,000 to come on a show and lie and say that I slept with your husband. However, if she had offered me a lot more money than that,
I
I
would have
would have
done it.
done it.
To be and she
Something
said
about
to
that
be
just
honest,
does
if she would
not
have offered me
sound
more, I
right.
would have done it. Like,
Yeah, she
Yeah,
said
Yeah,
that.
he
get
sure
your ass
did.
over here because I'm about to whoop your ass. I'm about to whoop Melanie's ass, and I'm about to whoop Marcel's ass. Like,
yeah,
who
because
does that? And what does this
where was
woman
the
have
three-way phone
interest in
call?
doing that?
Right.
Where was the
Who's
three-way phone call? Because I'm with you on that, Tay. Like, if you're telling me, if you're saying here now during the reunion, when you had the entire, however many seasons they want to call this, to say this, as much crap as you didn't talk behind her back, you are now saying that, oh yeah, I got a call from that same person. However, what your argument is, it got trumped because Mel had Carlos on the phone with that same person. So if that actually happened, why didn't you call Mel on three-way and then confront her then, since you
Exactly.
got so much heat?
Exactly.
Because her story is a lie. It doesn't make
And
Right.
sense.
how
Like
Mel called
the
Carlos
more she
out. Like
talks, the
you
more she's
wasn't on the
lying.
phone with us, but she was with me telling us, and you was on the phone with me. Carlos
And you
skipped
saw how
right on
he
past
said,
that.
He tried to dance
pivot.
And you
around
saw
it too.
Carlos' face, right? Like, oop.
He
Yeah,
pivoted.
and
Yep.
he's another one. He act like he didn't know. You knew because you remember every messy thing from Real Housewives from decades
Exactly.
back, but you can't remember a phone call from a couple years back.
Let
Boy,
me
bye.
tell you something. Carlos knew, which is why
True.
he did that whole spill to Tisha. In a roundabout way, he was telling her, your husband is cheating on you, girl.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he
Yep.
told her.
Yep. I got.
He
He
told her.
said,
She
"It's too
just
much
wasn't
stuff up
listening.
here." And my thing is, why would Melody or Martell have pictures of Marceau with somebody?
Right.
Why would they have the pictures? Wouldn't the
Well,
girls have the pictures?
Martell said it would exactly. The girl would have the pictures, but Martell said it without saying it. We know things that we wouldn't discuss, that we agreed not to discuss.
Not necessarily. If they were at an event together and there were pictures taken and Marcel was sitting there with the girl or hugged up with the girl, somebody else could have had the pictures. And notice Carlos did not answer Melody's question when he want to put her on the spot and have her say, yes, I know. But she said, what do you think? You were privileged to the conversations that we
He
had.
was.
What do you think? And he didn't say one word.
Did you
Right.
see
Because
Tisha's
he
body
knew he got
language?
Right.
caught. He
He
knew
sat
he got
silent
caught.
in that paisley suit. Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
he
But did
And
you
the
almost
see
thing
got
his
up and
about it
ran
is
off the
that
stage
He knew
himself.
he was caught. He knew he was
even
caught
if
red-handed.
even if say like there were at like a party and Marcel was getting rode by a chick somewhere on the couch somewhere, if somebody just happened to crack open the door, anybody could take video of it. Anyone could take a picture of it.
But this was back then. So I'm quite sure Marcel's not going to be doing those things now, really in public. That's why he supposedly went to Africa for some privacy.
But Tisha kept saying, "Hello, ladies." Uh, Tisha was saying that, "Hey,
Hey, hey,
uh, hey, y'all, Happy New Year."
Hey, Happy
Happy
New
happy
New
New
Year.
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 I missed the first beginning of it because I was in the kitchen. I was cooking, and I was like, "Ah!" When I looked at the time, I was like, "I'm missing Tay."
I missed half of it too, Keontae. Don't worry. I'm in the kitchen cooking too.
So,
She was yelling at Cookie.
that part, you know, as I was listening, well, Tisha told on herself because she said that Martell sent the picture. So that further let me know that Martell had coleslaw and Marceau was out with Alonda because Martell had pictures. So she said that Martell sent her the evidence. So that meant that Martell been having this information on Marceau, and Martell was indirectly telling on all of them. And
Mm-hmm.
and Kimmy herself, when she said that when I was working upstairs, but we weren't together, it's like, girl, you knew that all these men were hanging out. But Kimmy, you done lied a couple of times because you said initially, I think in a couple seasons, season one, season two, she said that her friend hooked her up with Maurice. Then she turns around and she says that I stalked him on Facebook. And then you say, well, I didn't, I wasn't with him. So, girl, what was the story? How did you meet Maurice? Did you know
But do
that he
y'all
was
think it's
cheating
a
on
possibility?
Kiowa?
Yeah. Do y'all think it's a possibility that that picture that Letitia is talking about, that naked picture, is she gonna blame Martell for sending it to Maurice's phone?
Ooh, 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 ooh. You thinking of Mel post from the
That's
summer?
probably what she gonna say. That's exactly Hannah. Thank you. That's probably exactly what she gonna say.
Most
Do you think
likely.
she
And
gonna
I'm
and the
blame?
thing
picturing his
about it is
phone,
that
and it was sent from
um,
one of the guys.
Do you remember what Mel said? How Martell would send exotic pictures to the men of the show, and then smile in the woman's face. She said
And
that when
one of
she
them was
went on
on the
that
verge of
rant.
a divorce,
Huh?
and one was going through a divorce.
Yep. Cause she said, and you would send in naked pictures to the girl, to the men, and you would be smiling in the wife's face when you were around. And I said, "Oh God."
But they seen that even when he had the Atlanta thing. He said the guys don't know, but I got girls coming to the party and this, and that. So why Tisha and Kimmy not mad at him? Remember Kimmy was at when Kimmy and Tisha was at
Yeah.
Black when they were in Atlanta, and Kimmy like, I just don't think it's fair that they're at Atlanta after what just I don't think it's fair. Kimmy, what do you mean it's not
Hey
fair?
Tay.
How old are you? A preschool teacher?
here's the
Which is
issue I
why
have
I
with
said
Kimmy.
when Kimmy said, "Oh, Mel just thinks everybody cheats." No, you literally sat there and had a conversation with Tisha talking about, I don't think they should have win. It's it's enough trouble in Atlanta already. But then when Mel said something, it's, oh, you think everybody cheats. Girl, you suspect your husband of cheating. Just say it.
Exactly.
Them
So
them them women
so
don't
let
know
me
how to
ask
cheat
y'all. Let me ask y'all
nicely.
like this quick question. So with Tisha admitting that Martell sent the picture, and she said nobody sent me any pictures or anything like that, does that negate what she said? Because to me, it does. If somebody sent you or sent your husband a picture of a naked woman, it kind of negates that. Because if anyone, first of all, no partner of mine would be around people like that.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Because
she's
Hmm.
we
gonna
would we
blame
would we wouldn't
Martell.
we wouldn't be we wouldn't be together because it would be
She's gonna
obvious.
blame Martell. She's gonna say, "I found the picture." This is what I'm suspecting she's gonna do. I found the
Mhm.
picture in Marceau's phone, a naked picture. That's what Carlos said. Was it a naked woman? She said yes. Now he gonna say Martell sent me this picture, and I don't know this woman.
Here's the question: if you're so secure in your marriage, why are you going through your husband's phone?
Preach. Got him.
And we're done.
Because
What was
we
the
trust each
conversation in
other.
the car about? And what
Or
about when he
did
said the stuff about Chris Fletcher? Chris Fletcher said
Oh
they were in
man, that
Atlanta. They looked at a couple properties. Marceau said they had dinner.
but when you
And then
think
she was
about
like,
that whole scenario though, think about it. If a man under normal circumstances, if a man goes to New York with his wife, why would he be having dinner with the guy friend when he's got his wife there? It's New York.
They were in
They
Atlanta.
went and looked at those properties like it was said, and after that, he wasn't with him. Marcel was doing his own thing.
right. And then
exactly,
why would you
because if you've
drive
been
two
there and
out? Why
had
would
dinner
you
with
drive
him
2 hours to go have dinner with your homeboy?
that live in the same city as you, what are y'all
Right.
on a romantic date?
Exactly.
What he
And
had nails
also,
tied up somewhere?
he never said me and Chris's wife. He said it was Chris.
A friend.
That's a bull crap.
Listen. They know their man cheat. They're okay with it. They just want them to cheat respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, don't be out in these streets open. Cheat, but don't make me embarrassed. Don't embarrass me. And the only reason they are protecting their husband is because that's what the pact they have. So they don't want it to be out there. Like, my man, I believe in my man. I know he's not cheating, but she knows deep down it's okay. They already made that pact. They just don't want to be embarrassed on national television. That's why they're okay with it, and they're deflecting. Every time they're deflecting on that. Like, you just got told Chris Fletcher wasn't with your guy the whole day. He was only with him for 2 hours. What was he doing the rest of the hours? You don't care. Why does she not care? Because she knows her man cheats. She just doesn't want to be embarrassed on TV the way Mel was embarrassed. That's all it is.
But
You
she's
could
already
tell
been
that
embarrassed in that small town called Huntsville. So yeah, we know he's gonna cheat. We know He's going to cheat, has cheated, or whatever, and she's going to stay with him. And that's her prerogative. The thing about it is that it's going to come to the show depending on how long the show lasts. And then at that point, she's going to want sympathy.
She's
She
not
And
ain't
gonna
gonna get
get
it's
none.
it.
not going to happen
She
from
ain't
She's
me.
not
getting no
gonna get it.
sympathy from
And
nobody
you know the
because she
reason why
burned
I
that
have no
bridge when she
sympathy
came at
for
Mel.
Tisha is because of the fact that she smirked and laughed the whole entire time about Melanie and Martell's issues with infidelity. That was funny to her. And no woman with a heart would find that funny at all. She enjoyed that. That's why
Yeah.
if whatever comes out, I'll have no sympathy for Tisha whatsoever.
Me too. You know why? Because she's
But
not a woman's woman. Tisha's not a woman's woman.
that's why
She's a
people
hater.
saying that, and people saying that Mel had a stank face and all that type of stuff, and she was doing that smirking. Yeah, I was happy she was doing that because that's what Tisha did to her all last reunion
Yep,
when
I was
Carlos was
happy for
off her
her
head.
too. I was
She
happy for
was
her too
still
because
doing
I'm
it at
sorry,
this
Tisha.
reunion.
Why does Tisha get to sit there, laugh, and mock this woman, and Mel can't give her a stank face? I'm sorry, she's lucky she got a stank face and not a slap in the face. She's really lucky.
Amen.
You know what? I
Like
don't.
that
Oh,
there
I just want to
on
say
there.
one thing. Uh, whatchamacallit, there was brown skin girl. I really loved your commentary, your video this
Yes.
morning. It was amazing. It was so
Hmm.
good because you touched on the history of where Tisha's stuck on where Mel is in the past, and then Mel's evoluted and like she'd become a new woman, but Tisha still considers Mel at that stage. I thought that was amazing. Well done. Kudos to you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, but if that's the case, if that is the case, what I'm thinking is going to happen. Still, why did he keep the picture? I think Carlos should ask him that, so he can't wiggle his way out so easily.
Carlos,
But I'm pretty sure
Carlos is behind.
Tisha is going to find an excuse for that picture.
Of course. And Carlos is going to let it slide just like he lets everything else slide. But I'm with you, ladies, when you say, I'm not going to have any sympathy. Matter of fact, I'm roasting. Let something come out. I'm going to have a field day with it on Tisha's tail because she was so nasty towards Mel. I don't like bullies. I don't like people who do stuff like that. But the fact that you grinned and skinned every chance you got when you thought it was hurtful towards Mel, oh baby, I'm gonna mop the floor with you. She better hope nothing come
Period.
out. Period.
But you know what? I also agree with brown skinned girl when she stated in her commentary earlier that I believe it was you that stated that it was well rehearsed. Like you could
Yes.
tell the way that Tisha's comebacks were coming, it was like you knew
Yes.
what they were going to ask, and that's
Yes.
why you were able to say. But although you may have rehearsed it, there was some areas that you slipped up and you told the truth. You had
Mhm.
y'all had made a plan, but then you slipped up. That's the same thing when her and Martell were going back and forth, where she was saying, "I never seen the proof, but Martell sent the picture." Girl,
Right.
you showed your
Miss it.
panties all the
Exactly.
way around because you guys
Not the
sat
point.
there and you knew that they did because
Right.
even Marceau attempted to go over and talk to Martell before they went out on the stage to let him know, hey, we gonna stick to what we talked about,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
But also when
Good
Martell
business.
got on that stage, he also basically blasted him again in his face to let him know we all know things about each other, but we made
Mhm.
a pact that we not going to tell.
No.
So that further let me know that every last one of you suckers, okay,
Mhm.
every last one of you have cheated. You guys have been out with these other women, and you guys are trying to make Mel look like the villain. Like Martell talked about the 20 women. Martell brought that up. But you were quick to say, well, Mel didn't even know because they were sitting inside the doctor's office when Martell talked about it after her 6 week checkup with Sugar Mama. And she was like, what? Kimmy was a side chick? And he was like, well, yeah, that's what they saying. Well, my thing is, you forget everything Martell said, but you remember everything Mel said. It's just she's living rent free in all your minds, and you guys all expected this black woman to fail. That's what you wanted, but what you failed to realize is that Mel was the glue to this. What y'all had, she was the glue. She was the foundation to you guys getting off your feet of whatever situations that you were in. If it wasn't for Mel, you wouldn't be where you were at. Give this woman her kudos, give her accolades, give her roses, because it was her connects that were willing to do business with you. Not only did Mel say, complete a project first. You can't tell me nothing but complete a project first. I'm
Facts.
done.
Facts. I believe in that. Do you know why? Because I also, can I just reiterate what you just said? They, they have a pact, right? The guys have a pact. I also believe the women are in on that pact. The pact is protect Martell, but throw Melody under the bus. That's their pact, because everything that on that stage that Keisha was saying, it was Martell that said it, but she kept saying Mel, Mel, Mel. That made me realize they have a pact between all of them. They're going to protect Martell because he knows where the bodies are buried. He knows the ins and outs of their heroism and what the hell they've been doing the last couple of years. He knows everything. So that's their pact, is protect Martell, but throw Mel under the bus. That's why they're gearing towards that. And that's why they've been treating Mel like that as well. And what angers me is this woman, without this woman and this platform, who would you be? You'd be regular bums in Huntsville. You wouldn't be nothing. You still be in the cinema. No, he can't be there because he got fired for allegedly, harassing a younger woman. So what would you be? Without Mel's house that you stayed in rent free, where would you live? So at the end of the day, you're hating on a woman that helped you. That shows what type of people you really are. They're nothing but evil, using, hating, jealous, manipulative bunch of losers. They are the biggest clowns on the planet, and it showed that. That whole reunion to me was very rehearsed, especially Marceau and Tisha. That looked really rehearsed. But what I really liked about this reunion was Martell. He was like a giddy schoolboy, a proper giddy schoolboy. And I love the fact he kept saying, like, throwing jabs at Tisha. What? That's why he went to Africa? Really?
And then
Like,
talking
I
about some, he
really
wasn't at
like
the
that
gym.
about him.
Martell should have
You know?
sprayed her then when she said that gym comment.
That's
But
true.
you
But
notice
to
how
him, the
so
gym in Africa is the same thing. Like, the gym in Africa is the same thing. And I really like that
He
about
wasn't
Mel
at my
and
gym. She
Martell.
should have said he wasn't at my gym, but he was at one.
That's true. And that's what I liked about Martell. I hate him. That man is disgusting. Like, he's evil to me. But I really like that part about him on that reunion. The rest of them are like, it is what it is. But did you see Kimmy? She really, like, she really annoyed me. I'm going to be honest with you guys. What's her name? What's her cousin's name? Kiki. I'm so sorry. That woman is playing two types of games out here. She used Mel to come on the show, but she goes back to tell Keisha what Mel's been saying. What do you think this is? A school playground? Like, what are you doing? And I love the dirty look that Mel gave her.
but you
I
but you
love
know
this. She
what?
looked at her
The
like,
thing
bitch, really?
But she the done thing with that irked Kiki. me the most was that, if you notice, they brought Wanda out on that stage to intimidate Kiki.
Sure
But
did.
Kiki
Sure
told on
did.
herself when she decided to run back, because let's be clear, we could be in a group of friends, and there may be a few of us in that group I don't really fool with, but I'll deal with you in that level. Let's be clear about that. But I'm never going to take whatever we discuss back to a Right, group that I may not deal with everybody in. So right. Kiki, you were trying to save face with your family, at the same time you were trying to throw Mel up under the bus. And Kiki, you were not being all the way honest when it came to certain things because let's be clear. You're mad because Tisha went back and exposed you, but I'm pretty sure since Huntsville is so small, Mel and Martell already probably knew the rumors that were going around. I also believe that, in my opinion, that I believe that maybe Kiki may have been on the board to come on the show, but because Tisha and Marceau really needed the money, they were willing to throw their cousin up under the bus to make her look bad. Because you didn't have a problem with bringing Kiki on the show when you wanted her to throw stones at Kimmy, because you were
Yeah.
upset that Kimmy wasn't licking your bottom when it came to Mel. And see, that's the thing, Tisha. You love to play victim. You want everybody to kiss your toes, and when the minute that you don't like somebody, you want to get other people to turn against that person. And that's the type of people that I absolutely can't stand. I cannot stand when women get upset because you're not willing to back them on their BS. And you know what? Exactly what Kimmy said. If she was not married into that family, you damn well believe that she would not fool with Tisha because she said she was too needy. I'm watching her. She is too needy. I don't want to
Yeah.
be her friend. You want people to cater to your without caring about somebody else's. That's the same thing how you lavished in Mel's pain. You love that. You love that Mel found out that Martell was cheat. You love that. You love knowing that. But the fact that it's turning on you, now it's like the woe me. Girl, get out of here. We're tired of your woe me's. We're tired of you keep saying that Mel is trying to mess up your marriage. The only person that can mess up your marriage is you and your damn husband, not anybody else.
Facts.
Period.
Facts.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. And the
And like,
thing about the pajama party, yes, it was shady for Mel to invite Kiki, but the same could also be said for Kimmy being invited because y'all are both they're both
Preach.
close to Tisha.
Yep.
And they could have both said, you know what? The optics. I can't do it. Thank you. I can only I can either come and just stay for a little bit or I could not go because of what's going on with Tisha. But then again, the flip side is that Tisha being so needy, you're not going to stop me from living my life and enjoying my friends, you
exactly.
know?
But
So,
also Kiki didn't know that Tisha wasn't coming because remember she asked Kimmy, "Where's the other Mrs. Scott?" But Kimmy
right,
knew that Tisha wasn't invited.
Yep, because
right,
Mel told her. Yep.
right. During when they did the charcuterie board, when they did the security board, but she still has the option to not come. But I'm just waiting for them to play that conversation between Kiki and Kimmy at that event when Kimmy confronted her and was like, "You did say this, darling. It was recorded." So that's what I want to see. I want to see how that is going to play out between them two.
Yeah, because now
But I
knowing how
want to
much
know what
Kiki
she
plays
actually
both
said.
sides. Right. But now knowing how much Kiki plays both sides, now it's a possibility. I mean, I know that she had came out after those episodes aired and said that she didn't say much and all of that. But and I mean, I do feel like you were saying, Tay, before, I feel like she's kind of honest. But I don't know if she's playing both sides, just trying to get on the show. She might just be that deceptive too, to the
She
point
did
where
say she wanted to get on the show, though. She did say
yeah, and you
that.
can see she loves the limelight. She also talks about how she went to school for this. She went to school. She always wanted to be an actor or on TV. And when she came on the stage, this is her first time. I still get nervous going on live, and no one's gonna see me. No one's gonna, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, oh no, I'm ready. I love this. She likes the limelight a little too much, possibly.
But you know what? The other thing that kind of makes me like irk about Kiki just a little bit is I wouldn't have any loyalty to anybody in that family after my supposedly aunt would get on the internet to
Mhm.
say that what she heard was that I was supposed to be AB. I would not be
Right.
fooling around with anybody that decided to speak those words that was supposed to be about my mother and the fact that I was supposed to be here on earth. Let's be clear. We all, as parents, whoever our parents, whatever, you would never want that repeated if that was the case. That's the same thing how Martell went on live and decided to expose whatever about Mel doing one as well. So what? So what? But Wanda, why would you get on the internet and expect your niece to have so much loyalty to you and your family and your raggedy ass daughter when you decided to get on the internet to say, well, she wasn't even supposed to be here? And that's what I heard. That's what I was heard. That's Wanda's thing. Your problem is you like to go back and you like to repeat things that you probably don't even know facts about. You open your damn mouth too much and sometimes you overspeak and you telling things that you're not supposed to tell. That girl probably never did know that story. And to your
She
big
knew she wasn't supposed to say
mouth,
that, period.
Right.
exactly. Why would you do that? And for Kiki to sit there and let Wanda use the words, well, tell the truth, Kiki, tell the truth. Girl, I would have went down. I would have ran all of them down, and I wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
Speak to me or not, I don't care. I'm gonna run your ass
You tell
down.
the
You
truth.
decide to run me down, I'm gonna run you down.
Mhm.
Kiki came on the
Exactly.
scene like she had a backbone, but like I said earlier, I don't trust Kiki.
I don't either. I agree with. Listen, you hit the nail on the head, Chianti. It's like she literally cowered down to someone who was bashing her. I wish I wish you would tell me that what to tell me what I can and can't talk about, who I can and can't talk to. After you said that on a platform online, oh, all bets are off. Y'all not my family. See, that's what's wrong with people. They be holding family to a higher degree than they need to. If that person's willing to do that to you, then that's not your family.
I agree. Just because your blood does not make you family. Just so you
So
Exactly.
know,
And
true.
it doesn't mean they have
So
your best
true.
intentions because clearly she
she
doesn't.
doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Because that whole thing, because you, brown skin girl, you are absolutely right. Her demeanor changed when Wanda came out there. I was like, oh, this is gonna be real interesting. Cause she
Mm,
was just so ready to answer questions. And now where he's asking you dichotomous questions, yes or no is the answer. And
right.
you no, see,
Right.
that's not what we asking for. That's not that see, that's not the question. We just asked
Right.
you yes or no. This is it. Oh, okay.
Right. And it was
So
strategic for them to pull out Wanda at the same time. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yep.
and the thing is, if she isn't afraid of Wanda, she'd have sprayed Wanda too. So it's like, Kiki, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to mend your relationship with your cousin? Because obviously your cousin bringing out a puppet of you, like she really
Mhm.
doesn't care about you at this point.
Right. And that's listen, that's what's crazy too. You guys want her to be so loyal to you guys, but the fact that she put that much effort into making a puppet of her cousin, calling her cousin a puppet, Wanda going on live and talking all types of mess, there's no way I would be listening to anything they had to say. Like, no, y'all just gonna have to jump me because it ain't happening. I am not bowing down.
But
Absolutely not.
did you guys notice that the entire first portion, the only thing I love the first portion, but I just believe that it really didn't go with the season because the first part of it, you guys were focusing on all the social media rumors. You wasn't really dealing with the issues when it came to the show. It was like, well, let's go ahead and put all this out here so we can, just let it go. But it's like, no, you didn't talk about the lawsuits. You didn't talk about any of that. You didn't talk about Stag Run or wherever they were out sleeping with these women. Like the first, it was great. Thank you, but it didn't match the season. So it's like, okay, we caught Carlos in a couple of lies. And Carlos, to be honest, I don't think you should host a reunion, because if you're the main source that's keeping up this mess, and the minute that Mel called your little raggedy tail out, sis, then you wanna pussy pop on a handstand and not answer, and you just skip to another question. No, we
Right.
wanted you to hold everybody on this stage accountable,
Accountable.
because you sure didn't have a problem with doing it to Mel last season,
Hmm.
telling her that basically coleslaw was everything and then some. We know that Mel is more than enough. And as a fact, we can see it. Because a matter of fact, last night I was watching her story, and she did post how much she made with her master classes, which she made 104,000 and some change.
And that was
Okay.
only for the month
So
of December. I want y'all to know that was only the month of November. From I think it said the end of November to December. That was a month
oh,
worth. Look at the picture again. Yeah, it's not even for the full year. That's what she made in a
Yep, I
month.
saw that.
Yep. So
but
So
I
yeah,
yeah,
stop
that was
stop
good. I
downplaying her. Stop
saw that.
downplaying her. Give her credit. And that's why she got on that stage and she says, I don't really care about what none of them are doing. That part right there, girl.
Because
That
they ain't
part. Because
doing
they sure in
nothing.
the hell don't give a damn about what you're doing.
But the
facts.
Yeah,
good
they
No,
thing
trying
she
to
about
only
tear it
needs
down.
she only needs to focus on herself. But can we talk about the stag? Was it the stag parties?
Are you talking
Wait
about
a minute,
Stag
before we
Run?
talk about that, Asia, before we talk about that, I just want to let y'all know that I did receive some confirmation from a real reliable source that that scenario, the one thought I had about Kiki might have been, too gone and Marceau probably tricked off with her. They said that was not true. So I received confirmation from a reliable source. So we'll scratch that scenario out the way, okay? But we still got two more on what her secret is that she holding on Marceau. Okay, go ahead, Asia. Go ahead.
So when they what companies is it? Stag? What did they call it?
Stag Run.
Stag run. Okay, so a stag run. So in my brain, in my mind, from historical perspective, what a stag run is that you have men who will be able to go out and sleep with various women. And they're women within the neighborhood or just say at that party or whatever. So when Kimmy said that they all had stag run, that is the only thing that ran through my head. I was like, oh, this is just getting worse and worse every time she opens her mouth. It does not sound good because it sounds like you know that these guys are out here sleeping with other females. And then on top of that, what made it so bad for me with Kimmy was that you keep saying all this stuff happened before y'all got together. The Atlanta trip, y'all were together and just bought a house together. So for me, I was like, Kimmy, you're a really bad liar or
I think she's a really bad liar.
you're just a really
Me
bad
too.
liar. Because I couldn't think of anything else. I was like, you just sound
Right.
like a really bad liar at this
It just fit
point.
one category the way it's looking, because
Right.
just the stuff she was saying, you're like, wait, like I think a couple people have brought up the fact that her story changes as to how they met. It should be the same every time. I don't know. Maybe you guys met more than once. I don't like the fact that your story keeps changing tells me you're lying. Like you're a liar. I don't, and it's making Kiowa look a lot more credible, because I'll tell you, when I first started watching, I'm just saying, when I first started watching, I was like, why this girl such a hater? Ain't she move on? Like she has a whole husband and da, da, da. I'm like, why is she such a hater? Why is she such a hater? But the way Kimmy be lying, now it just seems like it keep inching, to the left and to the right as to when and how she met him. Which one is it? So I don't know. I would love to hear from Kiowa. I would love for Kiowa to call up and and open up. But I wouldn't be surprised if they gave her an NDA, told her not to say nothing. Because I
Who,
feel like she would have
Kiowa?
been,
Not the way
yeah.
her and Shrek was on them lives. She ain't got no NDA.
Oh, but more
I think
Oh, you
with
know
recently.
what? She been on the show after that, so she might, because it's
Yeah,
been
more
popping off
recent.
after
That's
that.
probably why they brought her on the show, just so that they could shut her up
They can get y'all.
afterwards.
That's what I think they did.
Or
I think
maybe
with
it's in their
Kimmy,
divorce
it
decree.
starts.
It
I
could
think
be
with
in their
Kimmy, the
divorce
problem
decree.
is she
Oh,
she acts like her relationship with her husband didn't start until they get married. I feel like while she was a girlfriend, side chick, whatever she wants to call herself, she doesn't count that. I think she counts everything from when she married that guy. So in her head, whatever he did while they were boyfriend and girlfriend, side chick, whatever, it doesn't count. It only counts while they're married. I
Yeah.
think that's the narrative she's working with.
I think she's
She'll
changed it to that since the stuff didn't come out. Since it came
right.
out and it was before they were married, now she's changed it to that. Just like when Tisha was she would probably leave him, but cheating is a deal breaker. If cheating is a deal breaker, you are going to leave him. It's not no probably. So it's not a deal
Right.
breaker if you have doubts that you may or may not do it.
Right.
And
But
you
But
know what's
see,
annoying about Tisha?
even if she's still trying to count, just say from when they were together and discount, the stuff that happened before they got together, then why did you need an emotional support pet? That's the only question I have.
mm,
That's a
It
good
don't make
point.
sense. It
That's
doesn't
a
make
He
very
sense. But
good
can't
point.
you
have
know what's
one.
annoying is Tisha. Like, Tisha, what really aggravates me about her, and I think Branskin Girl said this before, is the fact she can, my husband, my marriage, put respect on. But, and she kept saying, like, people want to break up my marriage, like they want me to leave this man without proof. Nobody cares if you leave him or stay with him. What we want from you is admit the fact that you and
mm,
your man have an understanding where he can cheat in peace and you're okay with it because he's the
and
breadwinner.
you're okay with
Just,
it. Hey,
just
And you
admit
don't
just
give
admit
a
that
it.
damn.
instead of going
Just
around in
admit it.
circles and trying to make it out like they're trying to break up. No one cares about your dusty marriage, 16 years, and to look like that at the end of it. I'd rather be single for the rest of my life. I can guarantee you
And
that.
what have
Like, I
y'all
don't
been
want to look
going
like that.
through? How
Wow.
much were you going through? Like, what are you going through? They keep on saying we were going through a lot. We were going through a lot. Kiki know how much I was going through with my marriage. What were you going through?
The cheating, him stepping
Right.
out.
And that's the question. That's
Exactly.
the question that Carlos should have been addressing. He should
Right.
have followed up
Exactly.
on that.
They
That's what I'm saying.
avoided
He doesn't ask
all
follow up
last
questions.
the last reunion they avoided by coming late. So now the focus was solely on the Holts. They should have made sure a whole day was dedicated to the Scots and dissecting what the issue is. Because right, like what did y'all go through in the first 5 years? What? Like I need specifics. Did he not did he leave the microwave door open after he used it? Like what was it? What was it? Give me specifics. I don't like this little brush over general statements. No, that won't work. Because trust me, if you ask me what aggravates me about my husband, I'll list it. Just same way if someone ask him, he'll be able to list it. I think that's what annoys most people when it comes to the Scots. They put on a front like they're perfect. And it's funny because again, they project and they try to say Mel thinks she's perfect, but Mel doesn't act like that. She actually opens up. And you remember, Tisha used to always say, Mel's going to act like everything is fine in her relationship and this and that. But when Mel sat there and met with them that time on the property that they bought, when Kimmy was trying to convince her to come back to the comeback group, she told them then, like, I'm not sure about where we stand. There's been plenty of comeback meetings where she has said, like, I don't know, we're still trying to figure out our relationship. So I can't commit to this and don't know what we're dealing with. So it's like they project so much, but our aggravation comes from y'all acting like y'all are perfect. Y'all have a perfect marriage. There was no problems. There's no cheating. There's no issue. Stop lying. We all know Marceau out here slanging, not because he's long, but he just out here. Like,
Fact.
stop it.
You know
That's
one
that New
other
York
thing.
in you.
You know what else kind of annoys me about when they like to throw up the other woman in Mel's face? The one key factor that for me that was missing in the entire component of the conversation is that Alonda is Martell's cousin.
Yeah.
Why y'all keep trying to speak to this woman as if she's just male friend? No, this girl is Martell's cousin. So
We
why wouldn't y'all address her as that? Why you keep acting as if that's just Mel's friend? No,
Because
girl, Martell, no,
they
because that's his cousin.
Right, but
she
they do it because they want to associate it with Mel. They want the negativity to be associated with Mel versus Martell. You see,
Oh,
even
okay.
when they talk about, and no, I agree with you though. They
Uh
should
huh.
say that it's Martell's cousin because that's his cousin. But
Mm
they always throw in Mel. Even when I was rewatching the live that they did, they always throw in Mel's name. But then when it came to Martell, they said somebody.
hmm. Yep.
Somebody sent us a text saying that you brought him a Mercedes. They never said his name, but when it came to Mel, she's like, yeah, Mel's friend, Mel. They want
Because
the
they have a
negativity to
pact,
be
Say what
associated
Francine.
with her.
exactly what he
They have a
sent or
pact to
said.
only throw Mel
Right.
down the drain. That's their pact.
Exactly.
Protect
but
Martell, but Mel is all game. Like I'm
She's fair
telling you, they
game.
have a pact.
Yeah, she's fair game. But
Hmm.
but
okay.
And not only that
here's the
is
thing.
if she don't really know Marceau or you like that, then I'm confused. How you get her number? Because you said that she did your hair because of mail. So how else would you get her number and she's calling you and crying to you about rumors? I was confused even in that sense because when Tisha was talking in the live, it didn't even make sense.
Sense.
It
Exactly.
did not make sense at all. Like, how you get her number if you're saying you don't really know her?
But here's the thing, ladies. They keep saying that Alonda is Martell's cousin. She I had heard that she has the same last name, but there is no relation. And I believe
I heard the same
Martell was the
thing.
one that actually said that on one of his lives.
I heard also that he had messed with her too.
Mm-mm.
That they're not really cousins. They just have the same last name,
Same
and
last
that
name.
he
He
messed with
he
her
said
too.
that I think it was last year when he had the kids or they had a Thanksgiving dinner or something. I'm not sure, but anyways, it's been said that that woman is no relation to Martell whatsoever.
Oh no.
They just have the same last name.
I don't know. That's what Mel said. Mel in the beginning when they first started filming said they've known them the same amount of time. I don't know. It seemed like it was one of those things like he didn't know they were related, but they were. Then again, Martell could be saying anything because if he is sleeping with her, he's gonna try to play it off like, oh yeah, that's my cousin. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I will tell y'all this before I forget. Aunt Ann is gonna be going live and she got some tea she said she's gonna be dropping.
Piping hot. Okay,
Piping,
and then
piping.
what? And then what? Brown skin.
And then I think I'm gonna go live afterwards. So we
Uh
Okay.
can do
oh.
some
All right. So
things.
y'all
Ooh,
watch
I'm
those
excited.
notifications. Make sure that you are have that bell button clicked. Subscribe to her channel. Drop the mic. Subscribe to her channel as well. And I am about to end it here, guys, because your girl is sleepy. So I want to be up for this tea that Aunt Ann is about to drop, and
Yeah,
my girl. Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
Pay
don't
me
you
as
We
go
extra,
beating up
Thank
y'all.
Cookie.
follow up.
TK. Thank you,
Happy New Year,
TK.
everyone. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year to
Bye.
Happy New
everybody.
Year,
Bye.
ladies.
Okay, you better leave
All
Cookie
Bye.
right.
alone.
Yes.
I haven't bothered Cookie. Cookie over here trying to get in my life. Come here.
Okay, it's been fun.
Cookie, you better tell her you the star.
Come on.
Happy New Year.
Look at the
Hi.
star. Hi, Cookie.
Cookie.
Look at the
Y'all hear
true
what
star.
I said?
Oh.
All Cookie gotta say is we got money.
Right.
Yes, so it's 6 p.m., y'all. 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. on Aunt Ann's channel. And so
All right.
we're gonna do the after party on mine so we can discuss the tea.
All right.
Okay. All right.
But
See y'all there. Bye, guys. Thank you,
right,
and
bye,
Happy New
y'all.
Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Bye.